Yo, what's up, everyone? This is episode 63 of the Blurred Podcast, getting ever so sweetly closer to episode 69. But as always, we have Green Tuner,
Hello.
Greencast,
Hey, baby.
Dark Side,
Hello.
and myself, the Ed Underground, Baby. How you guys
Ed.
doing?
Good. Quick question. Why are you so
Also
excited
answer.
about the number 69?
I just think it's funny
Why?
because it is.
Why 69 specifically?
Well, it's funny. I mean, is 70 funny? Is 68 funny?
No.
Why?
No.
What's so special about 69? Like, why are you so infatuated with 69? Do you know what 69 even refers to?
Yes, I do know what it first, but you tell me.
I'm not the one that keeps bringing it up and being so
Yeah.
excited.
This is the second
like-
time in a row you bring it up.
Like, you're really like giggling about 69. I'm
Mhm.
curious. Like, enlighten me. I don't know what 69 is. Please let the viewers know what 69 is.
I just think it's a funny number. That one
Why?
number is upside down and the other one is right side up. So,
Well, why is that funny?
because I just think it's funny.
Okay. All right.
This is a disgusting conversation.
Very disgusting. I'm
This is a
appalled.
family show, okay? This is
Yeah.
a family
This
show.
is a
Ed,
family
you
Christian.
disgust me, Ed.
This is
You disgust me.
this is a Christian show, so
I look
Uh,
forward to the hate mail in the mail.
Mhm.
yeah.
You can always add me at Green Tuner at
Oh, hell yeah.
Gmail.
At Gmail.
Gmail. Nice.
All right.
Okay, cool. So how's you guys' week been going?
Good.
Chaotic. Scary.
Yeah, it's scary.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Oh, it's
Why?
Yeah, why?
Crisis is around the world. I mean, I thought the Ukraine crisis was scary. I thought
Mhm.
what's going on in Iran is scary. You know,
Mhm.
like there's all kinds of crazy stuff happening. Nancy Pelosi's husband is getting beaten up, apparently.
In his own
Good.
house.
Good.
In his own house. You can't even
Good.
sit in your house anymore. All right, calm down there. But it's one thing after another. But I think the true, like, I'm still recovering
Mhm.
from events that happened earlier this week, and it can only be covered in an emergency sneaker corner. And I think that's all I have. I have to turn it over to an expert here.
All right, time to break the glass.
The nation
Emergency glass.
looks to Creamcast now to calm them down. This is your Iran hostage crisis moment of Ted Koppel like level.
This is the Address the Nation segment.
This is
of
Yeezy
Creamcast.
Crisis 2022.
Okay.
You mean Yeezy Gate?
No, Yeezy Gate 2022.
Okay.
Actually, no, I take that back. Yay Gate. It's
Yay,
Yay
Gate,
now.
it's
Yay,
Yay,
Gate.
it's
Yay
Yay.
Gate.
He doesn't go by Kanye or Yeezy. It's
Goes
or
by
Yeezy
Ye.
is his brand, but Yay, yeah, that's his
Ye.
nickname. All right,
Mhm.
this is my, State of the Union address, and I'm
Gotcha.
going to address everybody.
You're gonna go DEFCON?
Oh, this is DEFCON 5 at this point.
Okay.
Yeah,
My God.
yeah.
Is it Desert Storm, Desert Eagle?
This is bad.
Way off, Ed.
Yeah, we're way off, but I was going to let it go. My fellow Americans, we're going through. I know it's pretty good. My fellow Americans, we are going through a tumultuous time right now. Kanye has gone off the rails.
Boo! Creamcast wasn't even born in America. Show me your birth certificate. Show me your birth certificate.
Actually, I was born in Hawaii, and the last thing I know, that was a United States state within the United States. So
I'm going to back this birther movement right now. Highly suspect.
Exactly.
So, Kanye made some disparaging remarks against our fellow brethren. And he says some remarks that were not in line with the Blurred Podcast or the American people. We don't stand for that. He says specifically that he could never get released from Adidas for saying anti-Semitic remarks. That turned out to be
aged
false.
so well.
You said what?
That aged so
that's-
well.
That aged like that is the most spoiled.
Like fine
milk.
wine.
Yeah. So long story short, Kanye has been going on a rant as of late, saying pretty much
As of late?
Well,
of
no,
This
no,
man needed
yes.
to be stopped a long time ago.
No, but before it was like dumb.
We'll get to it.
Not dumb, but it wasn't as hardcore as what's been going
Oh
on.
yeah, for
He was
sure.
saying- he was saying
DEFCON is
things-
correct.
No, he was saying things about like the African American community, stuff like that.
Mhm.
But he
Oh,
really
that's
wasn't
true.
going
He said-
in as much as he has now. And the crazy thing
Yes.
about this whole situation is that Kanye says some very anti-Semitic remarks.
Yep.
And pretty much he said this about a month or so ago. He was bragging on different podcasts, talking about, hey, you know, the Jews are taking over, blah blah. I'm not gonna be a sheep, just following the mainstream media and the powers that be behind the media. I'm my own person. I can say whatever I want, and Adidas could not let me go if I say these type of remarks. So he says some things, and pretty much
Adidas is a German company, by the way.
yeah, Adidas is a German company that has some not so great background of
Well, let's be honest. If you're a company that was, made in Germany before the 40s, you pretty much were Nazi at one point.
Well, you're not saying you're a Nazi,
You
but
provided,
you
Yeah, Porsche was part of the Nazi party,
BMW was,
and up to this day, they were
Volkswagen,
all. I was telling Ed, Fanta, the drink, it was made by Nazis because
they loved
Coca-Cola had an embargo on the syrup, so the Nazi Germany couldn't get the Coke syrup, and they had to make their own version.
A great history lesson for you guys. So yeah, long story short, Kanye said some crazy stuff. Adidas took a little while to respond back, and people were actually getting upset. One of their marketing managers actually spoke out against Adidas. That she obviously works for the company, and was saying that the fact that since Adidas is not saying anything, that is pretty much being complicit with what Kanye is saying. And people were kind of getting behind that movement. Like, why is Adidas not stepping up? By that time, Balenciaga had pulled out from a deal with Kanye, their partnership with Kanye. Gap had pulled out from their partnership with Kanye. So a lot of brands had started to, and these are, obviously big name brands had started to walk away from the Yeezy Kanye crisis that was pretty much happening at the time.
My God.
So the amount of money that Kanye or that Adidas was making off of Kanye had to be triple or quadruple what Gap
you got to think about that.
Balenciaga were making.
The thing is,
so they were probably like holding until the very last stand, be like, maybe he can weather this out.
maybe he could redeem himself and say, what, I was having a manic episode. I was, I'm checking myself in.
Yeah,
we here at the
that's
Blur
where his
podcast,
billionaire.
We joke about Ezra Miller watch. You know what I mean? I guarantee you, there was a war room in Adidas dedicated to Kanye West movements and speech and social media and what to do and how to respond.
Yeah, there was
billions of dollars.
The Ye war room,
billions of dollars off of the Yeezy.
Kanye's evaluation, his wealth evaluation, they said pretty much dropped from approximately $1 to $1.5 billion once Adidas backed out from their partnership. And it's crazy when you think about it, because that was what Kanye was worth out of that deal. That means that Adidas lost even more so in this deal. And it's just absolutely mind-boggling to, like, some people say, like, Kanye, I'm assuming from his viewpoint, he's standing up for his rights. He's standing up for him to say what he wants to say. Free speech. As everybody always talks about, free speech does not mean free from consequences. Like, you can say, you're allowed to say whatever you want, but that's the same thing. Like, you could say bomb on an airplane. You have the freedom to say that, but your ass is going to go to jail immediately if you do something like that. If you, go into a public area and you yell out something like that, you have the freedom to do so, but there are consequences behind it. So Kanye could say what he wanted, and everybody thinks this is like a great ploy and a great strategy that because Kanye has been talking for a while that
He's done it
Adidas-
before.
no, specifically that he wanted out of his contract with Adidas. He said that Adidas was stealing his intellectual property, was stealing his designs, were adding colorways when he didn't approve it, acting like they are the ones, acting like Kanye was the one that approved a lot of these things, when in reality, he said that Adidas was doing stuff on their own. So he's been wanting out of this deal for a long time. So
And they didn't
theories,
suspend the contract, or they didn't put,
No.
like use the wording. They worded it in a very there's a finality
They had to.
It's not
what
indefinite.
they said.
It's not indefinite.
They
It's
had
not
to.
indefinite. It's not under review. There's a finality to it, and the way, and Kanye, if he was trying to get out of his contract, whatever. This is like, he's like, they like burned the bridge behind him for anyone else to like make the same agreements, or sign a deal with him. Like it's
I disagree with that too.
I don't think that Adidas has that Kanye has burnt the bridge behind him for anybody else. I believe that.
You don't think that
I think he just messed
such
up
a big
himself.
brand has stepping away
Well,
because of the statement, the seriousness of the statement?
no, but I think he
Kanye has
maybe
had a
birthed.
history of things like similar to this. He's
No,
not
but
known for.
So why didn't they weather
Go
the
ahead.
storm then?
Well, they're not,
Because those statements weren't as harsh as they are now. And to be honest, back in those days, usually when he would act like that was because he was releasing an album.
Yeah.
So this time, people thought he was releasing an album, but he went past his usual point where he stops. So
I disagree with all that. I don't think it's anything about. Let's be honest. Let's keep it a buck. The real reason why they allowed Kanye to say the things that he said, a lot of stuff that he said in the past was either about, I think he said some stuff in the past about, transgender people and so forth. But the topic of transgender, LGBTQT, IA plus, all this has been relatively new, at least within the past 5, maybe 10 years. Additional on top of that, the stuff that he says about like African American community, a lot of brands are going to look at it like, well, he's just talking about his own people. It's kind of like, anybody, like black people can say the N-word. Like people are not going to, like, music labels are not going to trip off of that. But let a white artist say that, to say the same
like Candace
lyrics,
Owens, basically.
Yeah, like they're gonna be like, oh my god, like we're not behind this. We totally do not stand behind this. We do not condone this behavior. So I think Kanye, for the most part, burnt this bridge for himself. He is a artist unhinged at the moment. So before Kanye, the stuff that he was saying about Adidas, like Adidas is still in my property, this that, and the other, I won out my deal. He's calling out the CEO and the president of Adidas or whatever, saying like, hey, give me my money, you guys are thieves. They were saying, Adidas was saying at the time, like, hey, we don't appreciate all these crazy things Kanye's saying about us. Our partnership is under review. Because at that point, it's just a spat between a brand and one of their collaborators. Yeah, that's just an argument with them. But once he starts going after entire groups of people, and we know
that are not his own,
they're not his own,
I assume, okay,
then they're going to start saying, we're going to back away from it. Now, other brands like Balenciaga and all these other ones, they're kind of just like, they got some stake in Yeezy with Kanye.
Not as much as Adidas.
Not as much as Adidas.
Not even close.
Like Adidas, like Kanye literally revived Adidas outside of like Yeezy. No one really cares about Adidas like that. No one's hyping up Adidas like for Nikes. Like Nikes, you got the Jordan, you got LeBrons, you got Kyries, you got all these other athletes that are collaborators for their shoes. Jordan being obviously the number one. Jordan is never going to say anything crazy like this ever in his life.
Oh, no, he's a safe bet.
Yeah, he's a safe.
The safest of the
safest of the safe. LeBron, safest of the safest. Kanye, he is it's hot potato. Like, you don't know what he's going to say one day or the next. So Adidas had to take a little bit of time to actually realize, like, because they're losing out on a huge stake in their company. And I think what they said, like, I think if I remember correctly, if you actually look at the stock prices for Adidas, as soon as they said they're cutting off support for Kanye and they're cutting off the collaboration, their stock instantly dropped. Because outside of Adidas, there's a shit. Like, okay, it's cool you have a South Park shoe, a Towley shoe. That's dope. But how many of those are you going to release that are actually going to draw people in? Now,
And not everyone's a South Park fan.
Yeah, not everybody's a South Park fan. But I'm not gonna lie, they're coming out with a Simpson shoe with Homer, the whole meme of Homer going into the bushes. They're making a shoe.
Oh,
It's a green shoe that's like a bush, and you have a picture of Homer halfway in the bush. It's actually
Sounds like Adidas going to be just fine.
Yeah, sure. Now
I don't think so.
Adidas is doing relatively well, but for us people who are still holding on to our Yeezys,
snap!
I'm bringing.
Are you holding on to those symbols of hatred?
Video watchers, get ready. Creamcast is in protest, about to burn his Yeezys. This is amazing.
Live.
No.
Get ready.
Yeah,
I think it's
ready.
gonna be a complete opposite. He's gonna embrace it.
Watch the statement being made here.
I did have marshmallows.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Here we go.
It's a torch.
what?
So in protest,
Who says? Go ahead.
in protest of Kanye and everything he's done so far, I will live burn my shoe. I won't do it live here.
Oh
Like
my
I'm gonna do it
God.
off camera though. Like, man.
No. We
We
can't
trust
see
you.
it. We can't
trust
see it.
you.
Okay, you see
We
it?
can't. Just a little higher
See
there.
it? Look,
Just a little higher.
It's on fire.
Oh,
That's
it is on
optical
fire.
illusion.
Yeah,
That's
it's on
optical
fire.
illusion.
Yep. Yes.
He sends us a video of
We'll
some
have
guy
to trust
burning
that he
a
does
shoe.
it
The-
after.
Yeah, just
Black
guys, just trust me.
community seems to be propping up Kanye's behaviors.
Oh,
I
wow.
believe. I
Wow.
mean, I don't want to believe that, but I assumed you are burning that shoe.
Yeah, the
I
shoe
assume you
is
are
burnt.
burning
The
that shoe.
the shoe is burning
Are you
right
holding
now.
on
Wow.
to those
Yes,
Smokeless
symbols
fire.
of hatred?
Well, I'm actually holding on. So I do have a couple pairs of Yeezys that I have not worn,
Oh, I knew
They're
it.
on ice.
I knew it.
and I'm keeping them for. They might not be worth.
Yeah.
like, they're worth a couple hundred now. Like they're like 6, 7,
Yeah.
800.
I can see it being worth like 1,000 later.
Oh, it's definitely gonna be worth a lot. So here are the Yeezy Wave Runners. Just one of my pair of.
Look at all that
Yeezys.
hatred on screen.
Look at that. Just obviously just anti-Semitic statement right here of.
Is that a Star of David on the shoe?
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
That is an abstract Star of David. Absolutely.
very abstract. And the thing is, the funny thing is that Adidas. So Adidas said they came out with a statement. And they said that they will never. They say they will not produce. They have no plans to reproduce, to sell even the existing inventory of Yeezys that they have, which is crazy in my mind because like this shoe right here that's currently on fire, the Yeezy 350 is easily the most popular silhouette that Kanye has. This is one of the shoes that pretty much defined his brand. Super comfortable shoe and so forth. They could have continued making the shoe for a decade and this shoe will still be popular. Not so popular to the extent as it used to be, because back in the day, this shoe right here used to go for, I believe, $1,000 to like $1,500, which is just it's just a knit shoe. It's literally just a knit with foam on the bottom. Nothing much to it. This shoe used to go for a lot of money. So the fact that Adidas is coming out and has said officially, we will not, the existing inventory that we have, we will not sell, one. And then we have no plans to ever release any of the existing shoes that we have. Because actually, the funny thing is, Adidas actually, from what I'm understanding, Adidas actually owns the silhouettes of Kanye's most popular shoes. So even if Kanye decided to open his own brick and mortar store, open his own website, this, that, and the other, and sell his own shoes, he cannot sell the same silhouettes that has made him so popular to this day.
Wow.
Now, I think does Kanye have plans for shoes that are absolutely fire that people will still buy? Absolutely. But the main shoes that like I just showed, those will probably never be re-released again. So, or at least, but the thing is, the minds of people are very, very, very short. We have very short memory. I would not be surprised in like 10 years. They're like, hey, everything's good now. Kanye is he apologized, and then boom, new shoe. Not new shoes.
He doesn't
came
even
out.
need to apologize.
Or people just forget.
He just needs to
10 years?
stop being
That's
on
a lot.
social media.
You think
10
5 years?
months.
You think 10
Give
months?
it a year
Yeah.
and he'll be okay.
I think, yeah.
Easy. He probably has a deal already with like some other brand.
Well, the
Didn't
funny
he
thing
walk
is,
into
They
the,
just signed him and say, keep it on the DL
wait.
for 10 months.
yeah,
Did,
don't say
didn't
that.
he walk
Which
into
on Skechers?
Yeah, was that true? And they declined him or whatever?
That's what Skechers says. Skechers says that
They walked
came
him out.
Yeah,
The
they walked
executives
him out.
removed him.
They removed him. They said they sat down and talked to him for a few minutes. He tried to.
I absolutely
must have
believe
just
he
been
barged
really
into
off his rocker
their
at the
executive
meeting.
boardroom.
Yeah, he's like, hey, I'm Ye. You know,
I'm Kanye West. I'm here.
Yeah, I can make sketches cool again. Like I don't know. We'll see.
Honestly,
First of all, I wear
Ske-
Skechers on regularly. They are cool. They don't need him. Saying it.
They're cool to
Yeah.
They're the most comfortable shoe I've worn Nikes. I've worn New Balance. I've
who.
worn
That doesn't
Adidas.
define coolness, though.
But
Yeah,
I don't care about
coolness.
cool.
Have
I
you
don't
worn
care about
Yeezys?
cool. I don't give a shit about Yeezys.
You
Because
should.
I work on my feet for 14 hours a day.
Mhm.
I want something comfortable. And Mr. Sketcher has delivered a robust shoe.
Well, now you can have a comfortable.
Look, if I
and
could afford
cool
those
shoe.
hate-filled
Or
shoes, I would
$60
definitely wear them.
No, these shoes. Like the funny thing is that first, they're not hateful. The shoes didn't do nothing to you. Second of all,
It has the essence of hatred.
hatred. The thing is like the Yeezys are actually very comfortable, and outside.
That's what you are telling yourself.
Mhm.
This is what I was telling myself before the controversy, when he was going after my people.
I mean, you have a serious illness that we will discuss on a future episode.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm sure you were
As
telling
you-
yourself that.
Yeah, as you can see, the shoes in the background, the shoes in the closets, and
Mhm.
I actually have shoes in 3 different closets in my house, which is
Every
absolutely
shoe contains a tiny piece of Mein Kampf in it. If you didn't know, but it's in there.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
okay. And we're moving on. So yeah, so
that's the
Hey,
yeah.
he's
Yeah.
not my favorite guy.
yep, and,
Is he your favorite guy? Creamcast?
Yep, and we're moving on. Okay, so but yeah, that's the crazy stuff that's happening with Yeezy at the moment. I will.
You didn't hear about that?
What?
About Ye being a big fan of Hitler?
Oh my goodness.
Okay, anyways.
Is he?
Anyways,
Pineapple.
pineapple. Let's move on.
Pineapple.
Yeah, we're moving on from this one.
Wait.
Yeah,
I didn't say these statements.
I'm trying to move on.
I'm just reporting the news.
Eject.
Jackson, abort mission, abort, done. So outside of the Yeezy stuff, so we got some really dope trailers that have came out recently. This has actually been a very
Really
exciting
dope.
week.
Really dope.
Yeah, like
Okay, I want to get your opinion. I would not
here
describe
we
that
go.
as really dope. Hot take.
Oh,
what you talking about the trailers that have come
Explain.
out?
Trailers, yeah.
Okay, let's talk about
Yeah.
the first one.
And
it out,
certain
duke it out.
films.
Sure. Okay, let's talk about it.
okay.
First-
Wait, hold
first
on.
one we'll talk about is
Let's first
Quantumanium.
cream. I was gonna say let's hear Creamcast because I want to positive first before I hear the
big negatives.
the negatives.
No, I'm saying dope as the fact that Ant-Man has gotten a more serious trailer.
Yeah.
I agree with
Ant-Man-
you. I thought the trailer was great.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome. I think the trailer was exactly kind of what we needed from Marvel. It seems like it's going to the
You know what?
old school Marvel at how it used to be. So I actually liked it.
The only thing that made
What?
it great for me is one
Mhm.
specific character in the trailer.
Kang.
Yes.
Okay.
Go.
Yeah, I
was
was
like,
about to
well,
say,
As soon as I saw him, I'm
I was
like, "Oh,
searching
it's a
my
good
mind
trailer."
for like, is there someone?
What
cool?
otherwise-
yeah, it's like,
Someone
is there
else?
someone that
Yeah,
I missed?
If it didn't have Kang the Conqueror, I wouldn't have been interested in the
Well,
damn
this is
trailer.
supposed to be the launch pad for King the Conqueror, basically, right?
Yes, it's supposed to be. I mean, Loki. Well, Loki was the true launch pad for
Launchpad.
Yeah, he was. That series was the launch pad for Kang. the
That
Conqueror.
literally was the launchpad for him.
But this is the first real movie that is really addressing King the Conqueror at this point.
Yeah.
Which is really awesome. I thought this trailer was like I said, it seems like it's going back into old school Marvel. We're getting away from the goofiness of
Thank you.
the what was it? Universe of Madness.
Oh,
That was
Doctor Strange.
yeah.
Doctor Strange.
Doctor
Multiverse of
Strange.
Madness.
Yeah, Universe of Madness.
Multiverse of Madness. No,
Multiverse,
just
I'm sorry, Multiverse of Madness.
just
Sorry.
remembering it.
What
Yeah.
Left a
exactly?
bad taste in my
made-
mouth.
Yeah, but what are you talking about?
What do you mean?
We're getting
What
away from the
part-
goofiness.
What made it dope?
The
ever
goofiness.
since.
What was goofy about Multiverse of Madness? Whereas this you don't think is goofy?
I would
Yeah,
just
this
say,
looks goofy too.
There is no big threat.
yeah.
There's no what?
Well,
Multiverse
there
of
was no
Madness-
big threat in Multiverse of Madness. It seemed like
I think there was
a.
I think that I like the villain in Multiverse
Scarlet
of Madness.
Witch,
I
what do you
still
think?
like the
You
villain.
think
Scarlet
that
Witch.
was a?
Thought she was terrifying.
Well,
It was a
He's supposed to
cool,
be,
scary character.
but
I think that I don't see goofiness
She's
in
not
Multiverse
supposed
of
to be
Madness.
a horror character. None in the comics.
well, in the comics, doesn't he like erase all the mutants within one?
Yeah,
like, a
but
few
she's
words?
not like
House of M.
she's not like what's it called, like a scary movie.
But the thing is, she's different. The Scarlet Witch that we have now is different.
Oh
than the
yeah, that's
Scarlet
way
Witch
different.
in the House of M. So the House of M Scarlet Witch has the ability to change probability.
That Scarlet Witch would have basically killed everyone.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch has the power of probability.
I think we got a part of that Scarlet Witch. We got a very close.
Yeah,
version
when she
of
was
that Scarlet
controlling the
Witch.
whole town. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not even the whole town. I mean, I have to watch that movie again. I haven't seen Multiverse since the theater, but I
It's
still
not a
remember
horrible movie,
that
but it's
villain
still, it was
being
such a
very good.
disappointment.
Yeah, the movie was
It was a
disappointing
Yes, that's
Yeah.
that's the
for
point.
a different reason, but the villain was the best part of the movie, as I recall.
He was
No,
the
the
villain.
villain. Yeah, Scarlet
She
Witch.
was a
Drink
very
some
good
coffee.
villain.
She was not a bad villain. No, I would say the thing is that Multiverse of Madness, for what we thought it would be, and this is part of our fault, is that we overhyped the
How
movie.
is it our fault? They called it Multiverse of Madness with a guy that can open like extra dimensions with his hands.
A guy.
You know what I mean?
You mean a girl?
We did
Who?
overhype it.
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. He couldn't.
No,
open up-
Doctor Strange doesn't open up
open up-
the
it was,
portals.
Chavez.
America
Chavez.
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 Oh,
I said,
yeah.
Then what is that other
Sling
dimension
ring.
where people can't get hurt?
Mirror dimension.
Yeah, it's a dimension.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
she's the one
Chavez
jumping through
opens-
dimensions.
goes
That's
through
literally her
dimensions.
power.
But
Yeah.
the mirror dimension sits within our dimension. It's on top
Yeah,
of our dimension.
I said dimension. Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
this is some
sure.
nerdy ass shit.
Okay,
all right,
okay.
but this is
Now,
what
are
I'm
you
saying
talking about
is,
jumping from
Okay, so you
universe
want-
to universe?
Okay, yeah,
Because
universe.
that's what
Yeah.
you guys are referring to.
Yeah, well,
Not
shut up.
Multiverse of
dimensions.
Madness.
Chavez did
Multiverse.
that.
Yeah, let's we say multiverse, and you're talking about dimensions. Shut up. Anyways,
Whoa,
boo that
whoa.
guy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Fake
to
pants
answer
over
your
here.
question, the reason why, the reason why I thought it was goofy is just ultimately I'm expecting like Lord, we have our like Thor Love and Thunder, right? Which is more goofy, is the typical goofy type of
Oof.
movie. Wow.
That what I would agree with you is a goof fest.
Yes.
That was way too much goof.
Why I'm
Too
saying
much
this is
goof.
that ultimately Multiverse of Madness should have been more of a serious, almost at the level like we were talking about Captain America and Winter Soldier, right? That's definitely a more serious movie, pushing.
I think
the
it
story-
was. I
pushing the
think it was.
But
I think the tone was very.
How
I
does
think
push the storyline of Phase 4? It didn't
It
really push
didn't.
anything.
it didn't. But we're not talking about storylines or
Oh,
anything. We're just
warning.
talking about goofiness, and that's all I'm talking
Yeah, but
about.
you
You
would
guys are
think-
talking about.
You would
it
think with the
being
title, but you would think with the title Multiverse of Madness
Feel?
and it being Doctor Strange that it would kind of launch or help out Phase 4. It didn't really do anything.
I just want
Yeah,
more creativity.
I will agree with that, but I think that's the disappointment. I agree with you on.
Yeah, that's
it didn't have a. Yeah,
that's a
but we're
big
not talking
disappointment.
about that. The reference that was made here that I'm talking about was its goofiness, and I will agree with you. Thor: Love and Thunder is a goofy ass mess, and that's probably why I didn't like it. But Multiverse of Madness, again, it's been a while since I watched it, but the one complaint I didn't have about it was like not, it was too like or not dark enough or too dark. I think it went after Sam Raimi took it to a level of darkness. I just don't think the story, like you said, added to the Phase 4. I agree with you. It didn't go anywhere. It didn't really bring us anywhere, but the tone of it was pretty dark. I mean, they were killing off the X-Men. They were like, Scarlet Witch was doing some scary ass stuff.
The feel just wasn't there for me. I'm sorry. It didn't feel like a Marvel.
I would
movie.
never categorize it as goofy though.
I would have seen this better
Okay,
as
it's
a
semantic
streaming
of words.
series.
Like who gives a shit? It overall wasn't a good movie.
I mean, when you're talking about like movies like Thor: Love and Thunder, and then we're talking about Ant-Man here. There is a goofiness to Ant-Man, that and there's a goofiness to Guardians, and there's a goofiness to certain characters that it either works or it
Ant-Man
doesn't
for
work.
sure will be goofy. That's part
Right.
of his.
But
But
the
like
thing is,
character.
Multiverse of Madness is
pushing
never
It's still a
intended to be goofy.
I just don't.
And
I
it's
think-
Marvel. They add humor to everything.
Yeah, it's still.
I mean,
You
they
just
will
want
add
them to
humor
go
to
back
everything.
to less humor.
Well, they've never had there's no Marvel movie without humor. They
There's
add
always
a little
humor.
bit of that Marvel humor to everything.
Okay, let me.
Okay, so
rephrase.
less
So
humor
he-
overall.
Yeah, but no, it's not about the humor. Goofy, I'm using goofy as a sense of it wasn't a good movie. Like This is
There you
this
go.
was
Okay.
I would.
This is a throwaway.
This is
All
a
right.
throwaway
Could've-
movie, not like goofy as in like goofy like
Oh,
you
yup.
know. This is more of a like this is a goofy ass movie. Like why did it like this should have been a
The
movie.
MCU is
dark.
full of goofy ass goofiness.
Yeah,
so
like-
there is.
This should have been a movie that should have been like destroyed. Like this should have been like the fans' movie 100%. It wasn't. This
Dude,
is, like,
I think I'm becoming a long-term multiverse defender.
Yeah,
man,
Oh, I like this. I like this.
Are you the
I
son?
could-
that and you also
I could
defend
stand on that
bad
hill and
CG.
die.
Is this
Sure.
Those are
our
your
dark
two
side,
things.
or is this a different dark side? What?
Why wouldn't it
universe
be
are you from?
different? I often take stands that are, opposite
he's
of
a
you guys
contrarian.
for
Quick,
to create
because you're
quick.
conflict
That's all.
sometimes.
Wait,
Yeah, yeah.
who is the greatest? Who is the greatest KI player of all time?
What?
What is
Darkseid.
KI?
Who is it? Wait, what?
Dark
Never
side.
mind.
Dark Side. Yeah,
Yeah,
No, it's not.
he's obviously the
he beat
greatest.
you in the arcade.
Oh
Did
yeah,
he?
that.
He did
Yeah,
beat you.
I
in-
remember that.
He did beat you in the most
First
time.
pure
Yeah.
form.
Yeah,
I played
Oh.
as Iceman.
and
He
KI
played
was
as Fireman.
specifically made for the arcade. So
Mhm.
Darkseid beat you in KI's truest form, which is an arcade machine.
Yeah,
Did he?
He kind of did.
Yeah,
Yep.
he did. We all
They're
witnessed it.
facts.
Yeah, it
I
was,
don't
it was
know.
amazing. All right, so getting back on point though.
Like I said, people's perspectives are kind
How
of
did we get
messed
here?
up.
So
We
what-
just talked about Kanye.
So KI is Killer Instinct for a black girl's
oh
side.
yeah.
Okay, so getting back on topic. I mean, like I said, I just thought Multiverse of Madness could have been better. This Ant-Man feels as if it is a movie that belongs in the MCU. Like this is actually going to be pushing the storyline further. Like I don't care about the jokes and so forth, this and the other, but I want a good Marvel superhero movie. I kind of want to go back to the days of Captain America and the Winter Soldier. I want to go back to the days of
You were going to be disappointed.
and
Yeah,
well, no, I'm not-
the
I'm
last
just letting
I
you
don't
know now.
I don't know.
The last two Ant-Mans weren't that
I will
good, to
tell
be
you
honest.
for sure.
Well, the
No,
Ant-Man's
I mean
weren't good.
Ant-Man is a specific tone.
Sure.
Ant-Man is a specific type of film.
Mhm.
And if your scale is Winter Soldier to
Yeah,
what's the
that's not gonna
goofiest thing
happen.
Marvel's ever made? Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
your scale is that, you're gonna be very disappointed, my friend.
But the thing is, previous Ant-Mans never really pushed
Listen,
the storyline.
November 11th.
Previous Ant-Mans are
that's
closer to
what you gotta
Thor:
look
Love and
forward
Thunder.
to.
Yes, but this one doesn't feel like it. Just from the trailer.
Okay.
From the trailer. Now we're basing this
Go ahead.
off of a minute 30 trailer. So
Yeah,
of course,
so am I.
I mean, well, remember we said the same thing with Multiverse of Madness. We're like, holy shit, this is gonna be the most epic of epic Marvel movies. This is gonna
Yep.
give Endgame a run for its money. And then we came out of that theater like, what the
Like,
shit was
what
this?
did we just watch?
Was this like? This felt like Thor: Love and Thunder, but in a horror sense.
I disagree with that. Again, the Multiverse of Madness defense is coming out here. Get ready, people. I definitely think, in reflection, as other movies come out around like Multiverse of Madness, it like I said, this could be for any movie. As other worse movies come out, it makes the other movies look better. You know what I mean? In retrospect.
I agree.
So Multiverse of Madness, I mean, like I said, at the time, it was a big disappointment for me as well. But at least the tone, I can say the tone they struck for me, what I thought, the director they hired, the look, they succeeded with the tone. The movie didn't land where it needed to land. Ultimately, disappointment. Agree. But Thor: Love and Thunder, expecting goofy, got goofy, didn't work with the story, failure. Quantumania, I'm expecting goofy. I will probably get goofy. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say disappointing as well.
Yeah.
Pessimism.
Yeah.
Gonna
Do you
go out and
think
say
they put
it.
Kang in there
I
to
disagree
just
with the
throw
last
that
part.
series a bone?
Wait, what?
What?
Do you think they put Kang in there just to help out the Ant-Man series?
No, I
Because isn't
think
that the weakest of all the Marvel lines or heroes or whatever you want to call him?
I am a little concerned they're hitching Kang to Ant-Man. Yes, I'm afraid of
Because look,
soften the blow.
That is a little.
If-
I'll admit that is a little concerning.
Yeah, because look, like Wakanda, right?
Mhm.
That series of movies is gonna be way more popular. Or
Now that
Oh,
the
yeah.
tone
Panther.
of
It's gonna
Wakanda
be
Forever
less serious.
has a tone.
Yeah,
Has a
This is-
tone,
That's
has
what
a
I'm saying
serious
with
tone.
Creamcast. Wait until November 11th. You don't have to look as far out as Quantum Mania
right.
for the kind of Marvel that we had to do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um.
Ed, you gotta do it.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
Ed, you're contractually obligated.
Yeah.
You signed the agreement.
You signed the agreement at birth.
Sorry, one fourth of you signed the
That's the
agreement.
agreement. Yeah.
There you go.
He kind of did.
There you go.
He
You
kinda
rejected
did.
it.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's true. He
That's
kinda
true.
Did it, so
That's true.
no, that
One fourth of him tried.
You bring up a very fair point that the Black Panther is definitely the more serious right now of the movies. I mean, it's a big introduction of. This is in our actual universe is the first time. I think this is the first time we actually officially have a mutant in our.
Mhm.
Yes.
In our
no.
Is it confirmed?
No. Didn't they already introduce mutants in Miss Marvel, right? The TV show? They already introduced mutants.
Oh, that's true.
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't seen
First,
about
watch
it
that. I
anymore.
haven't seen that yet.
I
seen
guess
about
first mutant introduced in movies, but you're right.
Yeah.
I think the Miss Marvel has mutants, is what they said.
So,
technically, wasn't it Multiverse of Madness?
that was not our universe.
No.
Oh, okay.
So,
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah, fake fan.
Got 2 words for you. Go on. You
But
suck. You're going.
That's yourself.
yeah.
No.
But at the end of the day, no, I mean multiverse. I am kind of worried about the Kang. Like you're having now, from what I'm understanding, people are guessing that the plot would not. This is like I forgot what Kang this is. Guardian Kang versus Kang the Conqueror or something like
There's
that.
a bunch of them.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. They're trying to stop the actual main Kang the Conqueror that would be the big bad guy for the MCU. I'm kind of curious of how are you introducing this character against Ant-Man of all people? How does he get out
like
of it?
the lowest in the totem pole.
Yeah,
of,
I mean, I think that
Marvel
he's going
characters.
to. I think Ant-Man is a delivery vessel for Kang to enter our universe. I bet you. I'm like, man, I should write for Marvel. I'm gonna call it. He's trying, he's gonna utilize the Pym particles. He's after the Pym particles. He can't get
or
to
maybe
Pym
he can travel
particles
through
to
time in the quantum realm or whatever it is.
Yeah, there's something
Yeah.
preventing him from entering or launching his conquest of our universe, and Ant-Man is key to that, and maybe that's why he was going after what's her name? Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah. So I think it's gonna come down to Pym particles
Wasp.
and
The
like
original
access
Wasp.
to Pym particles. But like here, okay, so here's my hot take on Quantumania. I think it's gonna be goofy. I think it's gonna be predictable. I think it's going to water down Kang because I think Kang is a real cool villain, and the potential of Kang doing some cool stuff, time travel, like a tyrant through time travel is really cool.
Yeah.
But I'm very concerned about how he's being introduced. But again, I have faith. I don't know. My faith is shaken a little bit, but
I have a theory that this will somehow tie in down the road, tie in with Fantastic Four with Doctor Doom. That's my theory.
How so?
Because couldn't Doom also time travel?
He has, yes.
Yes, he has done it.
Okay.
Not as much as Kang though.
Not as much,
Yeah,
but
this whole thing is not the time. It's not about time travel though. But I see what you're saying. It's possible.
But in my mind, I think like what's
Doctor Doom
right
is more
now,
like leans into magic than he does time travel.
Yeah, he's more
true.
mysticism. Yeah.
true. But it's just my theory.
It's cool
Right
as fuck.
now in the MCU, there is no big bad villain except for Kane or the other Kanes that are up here. Besides Kane, it's only been one big bad, and that's been Thanos. Right now, I can't see any other villain being like a big bad except for Kane and the upcoming Fantastic Four, which might introduce
Doom. No, but we've already said all of this. Yes, Kang is going to be the next big thing. Yeah.
Yeah, he is. I'm just saying.
Well, I mean,
Right
it's
now-
leading up to a film called The Kang Dynasty, so I'm pretty sure that is a safe bet. That he is the big villain.
But the thing is that at the end of the day, though, if we follow the same formula, I think this is what the Underground is trying to say, is that if we follow the same formula that Avengers has in the past, the main villain of each of the Avenger films at the beginning weren't Thanos. It wasn't Thanos. It was a lead up to Thanos, but like Age of Ultron, that didn't really have anything to do with Thanos, but it was about the Infinity Stone.
Now, here's one thing that I like what Ed Underground said here, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, no, you have versions.
There's
of
a
Thanos.
bunch of.
You can
Well, I was gonna
have
say, there's
you
a
can
bunch
have
of
this
kings.
version of Thanos or this version of Kang.
Kang,
Sorry,
yeah.
yeah.
This could be
It
like
could
the
be leading
shitty
up-
Kang that leads you to the big Kang.
Shitty Kang.
Yeah, no, shitty bang bang Kang.
They'll
But-
keep
Shitty Bang Bang.
they'll keep introducing shitty Kangs.
But what I'm
Till you
saying
get
is
to
that what I'm saying
Prime
is that
Kang.
Burger
they could-
King.
well, they can-
It just
they
has
can
like a
bring up-
Burger
Kang.
King
But the
crowd.
thing is that
Yeah.
Kang can be the initial big threat for the Avengers, which would kind of play into the part of they're using Kang as they're using Ant-Man to introduce this weaker Kang than what is actually in the comics to lead up to eventually being Doctor Doom being the big bad guy. I hope that's not the case, only because I kind of want to keep Doctor Doom within the Fantastic Four first and then build him up. For them to do
That's
that,
how they should do
that's
it,
a
yeah.
lot.
If Mole Man is not the villain of the first Fantastic Four movie, I will riot.
You want him to
Right.
recreate like
No,
the
it's
cover?
Pitchfork ready.
I am sick of them screwing up Doctor Doom. Do not do Doctor Doom. There are other villains the Fantastic Four can fight. There's a lot of good ones too.
Mhm.
Marvel
Mole Man's
Studios
but not
has
as
messed
cool as
up,
Doom.
too.
No, Doom.
No,
Marvel
not as cool as
Studios
Doom, but
has
they
a
keep
mess up
blowing
Doom.
their load and ruining it.
Yeah,
You know what I
no,
mean? I
hold on.
want Doom should be a long-term villain that they're building up to. It should not be like they should go through their Mole Mans, Annihilus. Hell, Galactus is, he is not a, he's an event type of character. You can get to Doom. Doom is like a closely related prime villain.
But Fox messed up Doom. This is now Marvel
Everybody
Studios'
who's
turn.
films have ruined Doom.
Yeah, but I can kind of see Marvel Studios
But
actually.
the fact is that
doing
Fox
Doom
ruined
right.
Doom. I know. I think they can, but I think that they Doom, attempts at Doom in the past, even though they're not done by Marvel, have soured Doom. You know what I mean? So you need to
Yeah,
build
they
that
have.
No,
back
you
up.
say that, but I think there's more hype, more anticipation for Marvel doing it right. I mean,
yeah, but I
take it
think
like
the
this.
masses don't have an understand. The masses have
They
a
don't- you don't
like
have
a
a
sugar
real-
coated
What?
version of Doom.
Doom. They
Then
don't have
bring
a
us
real-
something that
But you gotta
looks
build
like
that
Doom.
up.
Is
But you have to build that up. So it's
You
like
can build
if you-
it up.
If you
He's
build
got
up
to
like,
be bigger threat.
like if you build
You
up
got to
like a
feel like
Galactus,
Thanos.
like if you bring in Galactus, right, and to like what they did with Fantastic Four: The Rise of the Silver Surfer,
Mhm.
Galactus was a complete joke. It was just they had Galactus.
Really,
as
I
a,
liked it.
You
Where it
like the
was like a
Cloud?
hive.
What?
Yeah.
cloud. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that
He
was
was
a
a-
cloud.
he was
a
the
cloud.
hive you're
It was a
talking
cloud,
about.
yeah.
A talking cloud.
The hive is from the comic.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Okay, I'm thinking of
It's
like
the ultimate comic.
Fake
all
fan.
Yeah,
right, all right. Okay,
Fake
I'm
fan.
sorry.
self-edited yourself.
All right.
Yeah, right. So
Wait, what?
the Galactus, like Galactus is a major Earth event. You have these
Universal threat.
universal.
It would have
threats.
looked goofy as hell though if they did like the
a
comic
giant
book
guy.
one.
Yeah, a giant.
Yeah,
guy
the giant
No
guy with
way.
the little.
We just had certain
Not
Not anymore.
Celestials.
Yeah, and
But
yeah,
the thing
you
is-
have Celestials.
Celestials.
Yeah.
They have done it in
Not anymore.
Celestials. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's not as goofy.
It is goofy back when they were doing when they were making Rise of the Silver Surfer, and somebody said, "Oh, let's just do a giant guy." They probably slapped him out of that room.
Right.
Now
Yeah.
with the Celestials, see, Marvel has done the groundwork to introduce Celestials and the perspective,
And now
how,
that guy's like, see.
See?
yeah, that guy's standing outside the studio, homeless, yelling at Fox right now.
Right.
But he was right.
Which is funny because I'm kind of curious at how they're gonna have like somebody like She-Hulk fight a Galactus. Is like, what is she gonna do? Like, rawr, my
Nothing.
My heels.
Fight Galactus.
You have to reason or trick him.
trick him.
reason
Yeah,
with
something
the man.
he can't fight. I mean, he's
You
big.
trick him. You trick him.
No, really, you cannot fight him.
This is not really Earth. I think you're in the wrong place. You're like, really? But the thing is, ultimately, I'm trying to give Marvel. There's been some missteps, 100% within Marvel.
They should just get Ricky from Trailer Park Boys to debate Galactus.
He will.
And for sure, he would
What?
make him turn
Jalapeno
away.
chips.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
Galactus will get high, and he will get drunk, and it
No,
will be
remember-
amazing.
well, the fact that
In
how
the show,
much-
he would always convince people of just weird,
Yes.
stupid shit.
right?
Yeah.
Like he won like a court trial.
Yeah. Oh man, I gotta watch that episode again. Yeah.
That actually might happen now. I mean, they are like how Thanos was the big bad. Now they're just basically dumbing him down, which is funny.
Okay, yeah, you guys have
yeah.
sold me. I want to see Galactus now.
Wait. How are they dumbing down Thanos?
So like,
I agree.
you see
In What
Thanos
If?
got
Remember they were
killed.
dumbing him down in What If?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
what
but,
if,
but you're
yeah.
going
Softening
against,
him up.
but you're going against a Ultron who literally, yeah, that's not dumbing him down. Like,
They killed him off like within seconds.
Thanos died. Yeah, he died multiple times.
He died really quick.
I thought he only died the one time when
he got zapped in half, and then remember there was a club scene where he was he was in a nightclub. Remember?
Yeah. Okay, I do remember.
Did we see his severed head in some episode? Or
I'm
something
sure
like
they did.
They did.
We even saw Thanos' plane.
Anyways, the narrative is
helicopter.
clear. Thanos is a bitch.
Okay, sure.
Compared to Kang.
We've had the big bad Thanos before. It's still not as big and bad as in the comic books, but we had the big
It was
bad
getting
Thanos.
back to what we were talking about here.
Mm-hmm.
Quantumanium.
To
Quantumanium, right?
Quantumania. Okay.
So
yeah.
I mean, Quantumanium, like I said, it's only like a minute, 2-minute trailer. It's
Very short.
literally just a trailer. So at this point, we'll see what happens. Well, I mean, I don't want to go down too far down the rabbit hole of what could actually happen. Let's see. We'll see what it turns out. And if it's good, it's good. If it pushes the story, which it looks like it will push phase 4, phase 5, whatever. Then that's
I'll be
fine.
happy to be wrong, but it's a collective yawn from me.
Okay, so let's do a quick score. What do you overall thought of the trailer?
Of the trailer?
Pre-score?
Yeah, pre-score.
Oh, I thought we were pre-blurring this movie.
Yeah, pre-blurring this movie of the.
No, let's do it.
Shit, we're gonna
Let's
pre-blur
pre-blur
All
this
right.
movie. Let's do it. Let's
so
do it.
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna give this a solid 7.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna be a 7.5 to 8 out of 10 because that's where Marvel's always at these days. It's like
6.
it
I'm
can
gonna
be
say
good,
6.
it just doesn't make it.
All right, so I'm
You're gonna say 6?
7.5, 8
Yeah.
to 6. I mean,
I've
what the
never been
hell?
a fan of the Ant-Man movies.
even the first one.
Okay.
The first
Even
one.
the first
wasn't
one.
bad.
I literally just watched.
I like
second
the
one,
Ant-Man
like,
movies.
2 days ago.
I'm not a big fan
It's
of
so
Ant-Man,
fucking
but the
boring,
first
man.
one was really good.
The first one was good.
Okay.
The first
This
one
is why
was
I like
I
the
just
Ant-Man
watched the
movies because
second
the
one.
scope is smaller. Like it's a very like man out of his element, just trying
Yes,
to like
where they
his
went
daughter,
through this
like
with fucking
yeah.
Hawkeye.
Yes,
yeah.
I get it.
Yes.
And if it
okay,
was
so
on
it works
Christmas,
when
he would've
it
had
works
a
when
heart
the
attack.
scope is correct.
I felt
This-
bad for killing an ant for like a whole day. Like if I saw an ant, like
Well, first you're an idiot. Second,
Yeah, you're a child.
no,
That's a
that's
child's brain.
how much
That's what
I
a
like the
child
movie.
would watch Ant-Man and have the same reaction.
No, that's how much I like the movie.
Ed enjoyed the movie, guys. Like, don't
Mm.
criticize him for becoming.
after Ed watched Hulk, he went into like a CAT scan station and just started dosing himself with tons of
after
radiation.
Ed watched the Hulk, Creamcast got him the Hulk hands, and he just every day he was just playing in his room.
I actually don't think I have a.
Adorable.
I don't
It was
think I
adorable.
like.
He's in his tiny whiteies.
Yeah.
Fully like
Creamcast is
the
a good
Hulk
dad.
movie.
Creamcast is a good dad.
You know what?
I don't think I fully
Creamcast,
like
you
the
are.
Hulk
You are. You've always been there.
I try. Okay,
You like the
I'm
Hulk?
the father.
You're definitely not the father. I'm Ed.
Okay,
Prime.
Ed, what's your pre-score?
I'll say an 8.
An 8. Okay.
Okay, you know what? You
Wow.
guys are pre-scoring it way too. I mean, you're pre-scoring it appropriate, but I feel bad now because I'm shitting on this movie and I'm
As you
pre-scoring
should.
it higher.
Yeah.
As you should feel bad.
Oh, so I'm gonna bring my pre-score down. I'm gonna bring my
No.
pre-score
you
down.
can't.
Join
No,
the six,
yeah,
baby.
no.
Join the six, baby.
No,
I'm at 7.
Join
You're at
the
8.
six.
6.5. 6.5.
There
you go.
You're at 7. You're at
That's
I'm
7.
right.
7.
I need
Yeah.
to sit comfortably between both of you,
Okay,
just like in real
6.5,
life.
baby.
6
No,
and a
you
half.
can't see. That's the thing. You can't say I give a score, and then you change. Then you give a score, and then you be like, "Oh, I'm gonna change it."
But
later.
we're pre-watching the movie though. I'm not like I'm
It's
I'm
about
just
the-
trying to get my perspective down.
But you
My
got your
disappointment
perspective.
has not changed.
No,
My disappointment's
but
not
you
changed.
still say it's
The
an
scale.
8.
I'm adjusting for scale.
Yeah, but
you
like
can't
I said,
change it though.
Yeah, you're an 8.
It's changed. I don't know what to tell you. What happened?
I'm so.
It's
I-
just happened.
You know what I'm saying? Why don't you be a man of your word? You said 8, stick to 8. Don't be backing down, being all soft and shit. Because
Yeah, but the
now-
perspective has changed. It's like the
What
scale changed
perspective?
on me, so I
What's-
adjusted the
No,
score.
it's
you're
just
trying
to
that
scale.
You know what you just
No.
you did. an Ed.
Worlds
You
are
just pulled-
colliding.
You just pulled an Ed right now. Because
Whoa,
Ed,
whoa, whoa!
Ed
I
is-
stick to my
Whoa,
score.
whoa,
No,
whoa, whoa,
No.
Whoa.
Stick
He
to my
did-
score.
Hold on now.
No,
I
he
stick
did
to my
not
score.
pull.
No.
Those fighting words.
Ed-
Those are
Ed
fighting
Underground
words.
You have
No.
criticized Ed Underground in the past for doing that.
Yeah, I've never done it though. But go ahead.
When we've done our scores, then Ed would
Mhm.
change his score to from our score.
But that's a final score. That's a big deal. This is a pre-watch.
No. Like, you shouldn't change your score based on
based
what
off
we
of
say.
our score.
So
yeah,
okay,
I don't do that.
Ed Underground for doing
Okay,
it.
fine. We'll keep it. So,
I'm okay. Just hear me out. Hear me out. I'm changing my score based on what we verbally discussed here. I feel like I've overshot the scale. But my disappointment is not changed.
Lowered your scale.
But it now seems like I actually am. I'm the most anticipated. I'm the most hyped for this movie now. Does it make any sense?
It doesn't make any sense. That's why
I have the highest hype score.
Because you're a contrarian by default. You just like to argue and
but I want to stay a contrarian. This is a slap in my own face.
Yes, slap your own face. That's what happens.
I'm going to a 6.5. 6.5 is the official drop.
Okay,
6.55.
You know what? This is a democracy. Who wants to keep it at 7.5?
No, he said 8.
Or Dark
7.5.
No, he said 8.
I said 7.5 to 8. I said a scale between.
Okay, so you're 7.75.
So let's go with my lowest to 7.5.
So who wants to keep?
Because I'm struggling to get lower.
I say this.
Do you guys understand my crisis? Do you guys understand my crisis though? Hold on.
I understand your crisis. You guys.
My opinion of the film remains unmoved, but I'm just trying to. The scale is changed.
What do you vote for, Ed?
I say that,
please.
What do you vote for? You're the tiebreaker.
I said 8.
So he says keep it at the highest.
So he says keep it higher.
Yes.
No, I would say keep it at the score.
All right, guys, I'm very hyped for this movie, and I can't wait for it to come out. All right, I'm good with it. Let's do it.
Slap yourself.
Well, hold on. I'm switching gears. All right, I'm in. Okay. Can't wait. It's gonna be great. They're gonna hit the mark. Kang's gonna be great. This trailer was amazing. The music was amazing. Some of the CG was stunning, and Kang gave me chills.
Breathtaking.
Chills. No. I can't wait for Quantumania.
Essentially, the
soundtrack, amazing. The cinematography.
Oh, and I'm a big fan of Evangeline Lilly. I've always been a big fan of hers and love her haircut.
Nice.
Who's Evangeline Lilly?
Wasp.
Yeah.
Oh.
She looks good with short hair. She looks good with long hair too. You know what? Never mind. I just like her haircut.
Just an attractive
She's good in all haircuts.
Attractive person.
10 out of 10 on that haircut.
Okay, so
so
Dark Side. He adjusted. I understand he adjusted it. I'm giving him shit. He is the new Ed Underground Prime.
Well, there could only be one.
You're Ed Underground Beta.
I'm the original, the only one.
Subprimal,
the only one, the original.
So
the alpha.
Okay, so we're just saying that we're excited for it. It's gonna be good, but it's not gonna be great. So I'm
not really excited for it. I'm more excited about Wakanda.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm really excited about Wakanda, only because
I'm really excited. Yeah.
I want to see how they. Honestly, the only thing I want to see Namor, and I want to see how they handle his
T'Challa.
Chadwick
Boseman's. Well, no, I mean we know how he died.
Well, the character because they
T'Challa.
Well, yeah, the character too.
It looks. It's very obvious that.
But no,
it's
like I don't know how did he die. I don't know how they're gonna.
Well, it's not just that. It's that this is kind of a heavy subject for Marvel, to do because they do the cast like they really had a connection with the actor.
Well, this is the first movie that one of the main actors has passed on. So, this is a weird kind of scenario for them. So I'm just seeing what Ryan Coogler, what he's gonna do, how he's gonna progress the story because. I mean, from what I understood in the previous conversations with Kevin Feige, when asked about Black Panther when Chadwick Boseman was alive, that Black Panther was going to be a major component in phase 4 and 5 of the Marvel cinematic universe. So I kind of want to see how they do that. I mean, we're going to see Riri Ironheart as well. Riri Williams, Ironheart in this. So there's a lot of things that's kind of spinning off from this. We get our first movie mutant. So yeah, I'm kind of excited about it.
Yeah,
pre-scoring this one too. Are we pre-scoring it?
I'll pre-score it, baby.
Okay,
right,
do you go? No,
I'll go last.
No, you go first. You.
No. I gotta go last. You gotta go last. Fuck you all. I gotta go last.
You fucking changing the ballot at the last minute. Okay. All right, I'm gonna say an 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5. 8.5.
Yeah.
8.5.
Okay. Ed Underground, you go.
No. Dark Side.
Why you? Why?
No,
you guys
I-
acting
Because
like-
I already got my score in my mind.
No,
Okay,
you
so
don't.
go ahead. I don't know. I'm
No.
still
No,
thinking
because
about it.
if I say it, then he's gonna try and copy it.
Nobody's
Yeah,
gonna
go
copy
ahead.
it. Just do it.
Go ahead. You go
All
ahead.
right, I'm going to go for a long shot here and give it a 9.
9.
Oh,
Solid.
yeah. Don't worry. You're
Mm.
safe.
Yeah. Green Tuner. What about you?
9.
Okay. Dark Side.
9?
4.
You're playing. You're playing.
Ooh.
You gotta be playing.
4.
Fuck this guy.
Get ready to disappoint.
Oh wow.
This guy.
Okay, no, I was playing. Realistically, probably. I mean, this is the problem. I just said this. This is the damn Marvel problem. They're all 7s or 8s.
Yeah.
They're not. They're none of them are
I just
anything.
said 9.
They're good. They're watchable. But they're not hitting the 9s and 10s anymore.
I just said 9.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I'm
since
not.
they
They're
hit
not
the
a 9.
9
You're
and
out of your
10s.
mind. A
No,
9. I'm not even getting near that
I think it will be a 9 because there is a heavy weight on this movie
So?
too.
one. Yeah,
So
I think they'll fuck that up.
No. I think the director and the writer, I think they will. They set the tone already in the trailer. And there's a heavy weight, so they're gonna do this movie justice.
Okay, I can't wait to be
To
wrong.
the, I think it's gonna be
7
Yeah,
Yeah,
for me.
what was the
9,
last like
the last
9
one was
movie
good.
that we watched or that
Like
we
the last-
rated? Marvel.
Marvel Werewolf by Night.
Oh yeah, Werewolf by Night. We're all 10s.
Oh yeah.
Is that a
So
movie,
When
though?
I
Creepcast
watched it,
were-
No, we were
and to be
10s,
honest, no, I watched it, and to be honest, I think I would have disagreed with you guys.
Oh,
Well,
it was an
you're-
okay movie.
Well, your opinion doesn't matter anymore. We talked about that last week, so shut up. Anyways,
true.
this movie is. I mean, we don't. This is a pre-score, so this is just based off a trailer. We don't know what the movie's going to be, and we could be. I hope that I am right. I hope that I'm wrong. I hope this is a 10 out of 10 movie.
Which one are we talking about?
Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Wakanda.
Black Panther,
Wakanda
okay.
Forever. Wakanda Forever.
Forever.
I think that is. I hope that is a 10 out of 10, but I'm giving it 8 out of 10. I think they're gonna fumble it up. They're gonna mess it up at some point in some way. That is still gonna be an enjoyable movie overall.
Wakanda?
Yeah, Wakanda Forever. I think it's gonna be overall still
okay.
a very enjoyable movie. I just don't think it's gonna be a 10 out of 10 like I did Werewolf by Night.
I think they
So-
had to deal with some legitimate tragedy,
Yeah.
and it's hard
I
to
think we're still
land a
I
10
think
out of
we're
10 on
all-
this.
We are all still within the same, proximity. Because I said
Mhm.
9. Ed said 9. Creamcast
I said
8.
7. I'm
said
legitimately.
7.
No, I
I'm
said
7.
8. I said 8.
Yeah.
So 8, 7.
Creamcast
9.
8.
And when
9
we're
and
above, we're above like halfway.
None of us are saying it's going to be a 10.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
it's gonna
but
be a 10. I
9
want
is
it
even-
to be a 10.
I
I think the only reason I really want this to be a 10 more so is just because it's Chadwick Boseman passing. Like this was a hard. I can understand. This is like just like Darkseid said. This is a hard logistic problem to deal with. I mean, easily they could have just switched out the actor and just been like, "Hey, this is T'Challa." Like they could have been done some crazy reveal where this random black guy comes out and it's just like,
At the shadows and like
"Yeah, T'Challa." And it's like, oh, blah, 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 and act like nothing happened. They're going to address his death. So the fact that they're actually going to do that, I'm very curious about it. But is it going to be a good transition? I don't know.
I'm really hoping so.
I think at one point we're going to get, once this movie passes, then that's no longer an issue. But this is a major topic for the major issue for this movie moving forward. No one knows how it's going to turn out other than the people.
It's a
who've premiered it.
gigantic issue for this one.
Yeah.
Well,
so-
I think it's going to be good because a lot of people that watch the movie have a connection with this movie, and the fact that a really good actor passed away, it affected a lot of the audience and a lot of the cast. So
I think
No,
that's going to
that
be.
weight
that's
is
gonna
going to
cover
be in that movie.
That's
It's
gonna-
going to like.
I think that's
You're
going
right.
to blind the
critics.
the critics and
I-
the
no, it
reviews,
would.
and I think
It
it's
would.
going to get a lot of passes for things.
It might.
But I think
But you're
The
gonna
Dark
get the
Knight
raw
effect or
opinion.
whatever.
But is it deserved though? Kind of, because they're trying to do something.
Well, I
But-
mean, if you look at the Dark
If-
Knight, Heath Ledger, it got like an extra push
Definitely
an extra
because of Heath
boost,
Ledger.
yes.
But
Yeah.
was it deserved? Yeah, it was deserved.
was
I mean,
deserved.
It was
the movie
It was
landed,
deserved.
And yeah, did Heath Ledger's Best Supporting Actor nomination, would that have happened without him dying? No, that wouldn't have happened.
Not for a
So
comic
that-
book movie.
So that was the push. But I mean, the movie landed very well. You know
The
what I mean?
movie was good.
It executed. So I don't know if we're gonna same thing here.
But even if he didn't pass away, it's still an excellent movie, still an excellent cast. I think I would have felt the same way if he was still here, or unfortunately,
Yeah,
not.
it's got the recipe for success.
Yeah.
You're saying cast director,
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely. You're
Ryan
right.
Coogler is a phenomenal director.
But it's a huge, like Creamcast said, it's a huge alteration
weight.
you have to make to that script. I mean, so does it organically fit into that script?
I think
don't know,
so
'cause-
because the director and writers had a connection with the actor, so I think it hit them pretty hard too. So they want
Well,
to
yeah,
put
if they
their
can convey
emotion
that
and
to the
experience.
film, to the screen,
I
then
think
yeah,
they'll do that.
yeah.
I think that's why I'll get a 9, or I hope a 10.
Yeah, but we'll see. I mean, it comes out in 2 weeks, so it's like 2 or 3 weeks. So
Yeah.
I got tickets already. I'm excited for it.
Yeah,
Made it into a date night with some friends, so it's gonna be a dope thing. So look forward to it. So another Marvel dropped out. This was just the week of trailers for Marvel. They dropped another trailer for the Guardians of the Galaxy, their Christmas special. What do you guys think about that?
Another special presentation. It's probably going to be like an hour long, just like Werewolf by Night was.
Yep.
This is what I'm expecting.
They've been working
if
this
is
for
a
a while,
goofy,
right?
Yeah, this
if
has been
this
out
is
for
a
like 2
goofy
years.
like experiment like they're doing that makes no sense, I would be perfectly fine with that because that's the presentation we're getting.
Mhm.
It's a a side quest. It's just something for yucks. You know what I mean? They're just putting it out there.
That's a good analogy. It's a side
Yeah.
quest. This is
Yeah.
don't think
It's
of
not
this
to be taken seriously.
Right.
And they could kill the entire cast in this and you wouldn't be like, they'll be back in 3. You know what I mean? It means nothing. I'm hoping to have a fun time watching it. I'm pre-watching it at a 10.
I'm in agreement. I like the fact if these special presentations are continuing the trend of putting out really short, compact, concise movies that are just fun and they break the mold of the typical serious Marvel movies and so forth. I'm here for it. If I wasn't here before Werewolf by Night, I'm here for it now.
Also, James Gunn.
And
We'll talk about him.
This is kind of he's kind of the man of the hour for this podcast. The James Gunn, he has done well. I mean, I think we've all seen the Peacemaker the first season, and that was an enjoyable watch through and through.
Excellent.
And
I think he'll treat this like a movie.
Yeah, he'll treat this like a movie, and I think he'll do very well. I mean, so far,
or he'll treat it like a TV holiday special, which I see him more doing. And I think that'll be the cheesiness of it will be fun.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. So, I mean, overall, I would give it probably a solid 9. I'm expecting this to be very good as a pre-watch show or special presentation. So
honestly, I don't know what to give it because it's a holiday special, almost at Halloween. So, but it's James Gunn too, so I don't know how to take it. So I'll give it a,
right?
Yeah, I saw the trailer.
Okay.
At the same time as James Gunn, so I'm like, okay, give it a higher score than usual. I would say give it an 8.
What's the usual? I mean,
if it wasn't James Gunn, if it was someone else, I'd probably give like a 6.
Oh, okay. You don't see the James Gunness in the trailer, is what you're saying, and you're just hoping he's in the movie.
He's in it. It's just
so the trailer didn't like sell you on the special.
Not really.
I can see. I can see that the tone was weird, and like I'm also going off of the credibility of James Gunn and the fact that he's going to have fun with the holiday special. So in my mind, I'm like pre-watching something very fun, but I don't see that in the trailer. And the trailer is very like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm there with you.
I take all the jokes. I take all the jokes from the Guardians 1 and 2. All the funny
Peacemaker
scenes.
And just crank it up.
Yeah. All I'm doing, not even crank it up. I'm taking the jokes, all the jokes in those outside of any action scenes and so forth, and just putting in a whole hour of jokes and fun and so forth. I don't think this movie is going to be like crazy space battles and all
It's
this
not
other
gonna
stuff.
be serious.
Yeah, it's not gonna be serious. So it's just
Yeah.
like I'm just kind of taking it as it is. Like, okay, once again, something we talked about before, something that we never thought in a million years. Will we get a Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special presentation? Who was honestly, if you thought 15 years
What
ago,
a time to be
20,
alive.
20 years ago, like, man, you know what? One day we're gonna have a streaming service that we don't even have to go to a movie theater for, and we get to see Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. No one would have ever guessed that. The first level,
No one would know what those words were.
They'd be like, Guardians of the Galaxy? What the hell is that? And what's a holiday special presentation of a Marvel? What? That's crazy.
What's a James Gunn?
Well, James Gunn.
They knew who James Gunn was.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he wasn't as popular as he is now.
True.
True.
I mean,
I would
that's
say.
That's what I
the
meant.
point. Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Okay. Green Turn, what do you think?
Yeah, it looks fine. It's very short. No, I'm saying it's very short. I'm with Dark Side. I'm just gonna wait until it actually comes out. But there's not much you can really glean from it.
Okay.
All right, give it a score.
Rewatch score.
Oh, we are precogging this one too.
We're precogging
Yeah.
this
Everything.
Oh
Everything.
my
one. We're waking
God.
up in the pool and everything.
Yeah.
8.
Hey,
Okay.
what?
So
Waking up in the
yeah. It's actually not bad. So
Remember
we'll
that?
give it. No.
What?
Never mind.
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
All right.
Oh.
So talking about James
Are we
Gunn.
just gonna precog everything now?
Yeah, yeah, we're precogging everything.
Well, yeah, I
We're
mean,
we're red balling this bitch.
yeah, absolutely.
I gotta watch that movie again.
So the next thing
Can we
we'll talk
dip
about James
that in a
Gunn.
big vat and just put like a brain thing on him?
Yeah, I think basically we'll put him in a pool of lube.
Oh my
And
goodness.
put the little brain scanner thing on it.
Yeah. Every time he gets out, we push him back in.
Hey, do you consent to this?
It's
Okay,
this is
silence-
a twisted
silence-
And for our
fantasy.
Hey,
reference,
well, you know,
watch
he-
the movie Minority
I didn't hear
Report.
no.
Understand what we're talking about.
It's a no. It's
I didn't hear
So
no.
you guys watch
fantasy.
Minority Report?
Not like.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He also got hopes up,
Yeah.
hoses up his ass when he's floating.
That's a different movie.
Yeah, right.
What?
What movie are you talking about?
What were we talking about?
With like tentacle monsters and so forth.
Yeah,
Mhm.
something like that.
Yeah, something
Definitely
really weird.
anime.
Yeah, definitely. All right.
Definitely hentai.
Yeah, so going from talking about James Gunn, so like I said, he's kind of the man of the hour right now. James Gunn has officially been pretty much released, appointed as now. He's the Kevin Feige. He's the CEO. Who's the other person? I forgot.
I'm looking it up now. David something.
Something.
He's
like
the
that,
producer for Shazam.
Okay. I forgot who the other guy is, but we don't care. James Gunn has been
that's
appointed
what we care about.
as CEO, right? Of DC
Studios.
Yeah, DC Studios.
D-
So he's
it's a new company. It's
So-
not. It's a brand new company made
For
to compete with Marvel. It's like a new solidified company. And so
to
that
compete against DC, pretty much the Marvel against the MCU. And
Yeah.
the
Mhm.
TV shows and movies. So he's pretty much has creative rights to do pretty much whatever he wants.
Peter Safran. Peter Safran.
Oh,
Mm.
that
I thought it was
is.
David something.
Yeah, I thought it was David.
is this also going to include the WB shows,
Ooh.
No,
Mm,
I
I
don't
think-
know.
or just like the HBO Max shows?
HBO Max?
I think it's I think this is more like think of the MCU and think of Disney Plus.
Kevin
Oh,
Feige.
and
okay.
Mirror that.
Yeah,
This
he's-
is what their
okay.
response is.
It's basically
he's
the Kevin
literally-
Feige for DC.
Yes, that's what.
Yeah,
I
there's
said.
two of them co-CEOs of this new company.
So yeah, we've already kind of said before that he's kind of valid at this point. Like we validated him with Peacemaker from the mess that DCEU was after
Suicide
the whole
Squad.
after the Suicide Squad, and then he did Peacemaker as well. I mean, he's taken the mess and the shambles after the Snyder Cut and actually made something out of the DCEU.
You sure did.
So that's very, very exciting news. And this actually ties into talking about Black Adam, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But because of the fact that James Gunn kind of has friends who have already done some DC movies, he's now able to put certain people back in the directing roles.
I was gonna say that the stinger of Black Adam is definitely a result of probably a pre-agreement that somebody sat down and
Went
said, "All
too
right, we'll
fast,
do
though.
it. We'll do it if X and Y are done." Because I don't know
Yeah.
if we get we're going to talk about obviously, but that definitely watching that stinger was like, okay, this is definitely a result of that agreement because this sets in the groundwork for what we all want.
Yeah,
And he's just like James Gunn is like a conduit for what the obvious like
visionary,
but like obvious wins that I don't know why these idiots at Warner Brothers didn't like. Fans want something very specific, give it to them. And it takes James Gunn to sit in a room and be like, I don't know if we're giving credit to James Gunn, but it's just the news came out at the time when a certain announcement was made. So it just aligns. So I attribute that good news to him.
Well, I look at it also with the fact that James Gunn actually, I don't know if James Gunn, well, I agree with you. I don't know if we should necessarily say it was him that caused the X and Y to happen in Black Adam. Yeah. But with this recent merger of Warner Brothers, Discovery, whatever, I mean, the other leadership was saying like, this is stupid. Like, I think we talked about this before. Why is our cash cow Superman? Why is our cash cow Batman not a more prominent figure as was Iron Man and was Captain America and all these other Thor, like they were for the MCU? Like, we should have these people established in our movies because that's what draws people. Like Wonder Woman too. Like, Wonder Woman, the holy trinity of Marvel. They have a holy trinity in DC. So the fact that these movies are not getting pumped out, or there's not a clear timeline, which is absolutely just mind blowing. Like,
it is.
It doesn't make any sense. How the hell do you have such good IPs, such good characters, but you don't have a timeline? Like, after the whole Snyder Cut situation, Justice League, that whole fiasco, once that completely shit the bed, you should have had somebody step in and be like, this is a complete shit show. I mean, we've been waiting for 7 years for this to happen. So now with James Gunn in the helm and with the stingers that we're going to be talking about soon, later on this episode, I just think like this is like a dream come true. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was excited when I read the news. I was like holy shit, that's just common sense to me.
And how sad is that? How sad is that they did, like, if they appointed Creamcast as head of DC Studios, this is the same thing would happen. If they appointed me as the head of DC Studios and any of us, it's the no-brainer first decision to make that you are like, why wasn't this made 7 years? Like you said, 7 years ago, why is this new? Why are we all excited for something so basic?
Right. I have an idea of that.
It makes no sense. So it just shows you the scope of just incompetence at Warner Brothers.
I have an idea of that. They're trying to appease a certain group.
Okay.
I
know. We just go down a road here.
No, let's hear it because what are they trying to appease?
They're trying to appease the 5 people that are screaming the loudest on Twitter.
Which is what 5 people? What? I'm confused. Like, what?
What are they screaming?
What are they screaming about?
That they want a certain how do you say, a wokeness about their films.
What?
About Superman?
All right. Sure, that too. Why kill off not kill off, they didn't kill him off, but why replace Henry Cavill, which I think was a great Superman. Not the best Clark Kent, but I think it was a great Superman. He fit the role perfectly as Superman and sure Clark Kent. But why replace him with let's say a Michael B. Jordan or whatever? Why not?
I don't think that was going to happen.
It was in talks.
Well, no, I'm so confused. Why do you think that the announcement of James Gunn and the further announcements or the further teasers in Black Adam has anything to do with appealing to?
No, I'm saying before that, before James Gunn, before Henry Cavill came back.
He's
and stuff
saying
like
this
that.
is why it took them so long to get to the no-brainer moment, is because they were too busy making woke decisions.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
I think that
that's
Dark Side, the Ed Whisper.
Yeah, you obviously
see. You have to get in that. You have to get down to that level.
No, you just have to
completely empty your brain, completely empty your brains, and just like stare into like the void, and then
that's what WB was doing. That's
cross your eyes.
That's probably one of the dumbest things I've ever heard.
It may be the dumbest things I've ever heard, but it's a no-brainer that it should have been Henry Cavill at the helm as Clark Kent, and Batman should have been.
But I don't think Michael B. Jordan was ever really a serious choice.
It didn't go anywhere.
He didn't go anywhere. It was just people.
He didn't accept it.
Yeah, that was pretty much.
No, I think.
But it was Warner Brothers' decision to let go of Cavill, wasn't that?
Well,
that had to do with the Snyderverse failure and trying to distance themselves from Zack Snyder's vision. That didn't have to do with wokeness. We're not getting into this, by the way, but it had more to do with Snyderverse and them trying to hard sever the Snyderverse and reboot their brand. And it was just a misguided. They don't know what they're doing. So how do you sever the Snyderverse? You sever the imagery. They couldn't get rid of Gal Gadot because she was successful. And Aquaman, because they had a film in production at that time, but everyone else was not there. They were just trying to hard chop that thing.
Yeah,
and it's just a bad move.
The difference in between,
Batman get chopped too.
Well,
I think it was done. He was tired of it.
No, he was not tired.
No, he was down for it. He was tired of their bullshit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you're just making up shit just to fit.
What's his name had been dreaming to be Batman for the longest time.
Yeah, I know that.
Batfleck. Yeah, I still think he can come back as Batman.
He can still.
I think
come
he
back,
was trying to.
Absolutely, I want him.
Such a cool Batman.
But the thing is that it has nothing to do with wokeness. That's what I'm saying. That's such a dumb thing to bring up. It has nothing to do about wokeness. It was the fact that, just like Darkseid said, they didn't want to have a dark series. They want to have the Avengers, which is still light. You look at Marvel movies are not dark. Like the fact that
they're very light.
They're very light. Yeah. Even they deal with heavy topics, they still are very light. Snyder was going through a true DC Detective Comics dark route. Like Batman is not this is not the campy Batman
back
from the 70s.
Captain America.
60s. Yeah. So he wanted to have a dark movie. Darkseid is not a character that's like, hey guys, high five, I'm just gonna snap you away.
Yeah, I agree with these things.
So it's not. So then why would you even?
Well, that was what was wrong with the original Justice League. It was kind of bright and campy. It wasn't dark until we saw
Joss Whedon. That's the thing.
Yeah.
The reason why it's taking so long.
I think these people love the Joss Whedon is where they've always wanted to exist, and that's
where they want the DC
that's what they were struggling to get back to there, and this is where they fucked up for 7 years.
And this is the thing is the real reason why it has taken this long. Once again, it's not because of wokeness. It's because look at James Gunn. James Gunn had to prove himself pretty much to DC and Marvel. He was not. I mean, that's kind of what they did with Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon was Age of Ultron. I mean, people say it's the worst. Is the worst Avenger movie.
It's the worst Avengers.
It is,
but it still was for Marvel. It was still successful because it still produced a lot of money for the average movie studio. The numbers that Age of Ultron pulled was still really good. So they just
wanted that Ultron money.
They wanted the Ultron money. DC doesn't pull that type of pull. So they are looking at like, hey,
unless it's Batman,
or kind of Wonder Woman to an extent. So that's what I'm saying. But the thing is, they saw Joss Whedon be successful. He stepped away from Marvel. He's not like the Russo brothers, which are hard coded into Marvel. They couldn't pull the Russo brothers, so they pulled the best person they could. They pulled out Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon did what he did, fucked it up, trying to meet an image that
they could have pulled the Russo brothers easy because Russo brothers weren't established at that time.
Oh, before then. But I'm saying like someone that's proven within Marvel.
Well, they weren't proven like you said.
You're right.
They were looking for a proven.
What you said is correct. They pulled a proven leader for that brand. You know what I mean?
So
what they wanted.
So they pulled him. Well, they couldn't do the Russo brothers at the time because they weren't proven, just like you said.
No, there was two people they could have pulled at that time: Jon Favreau or Joss Whedon. And I think Favreau was entrenched with Iron Man. He was in it with Marvel. And I think that Joss Whedon was someone looking to do what Favreau did for Marvel for another brand.
Mhm.
Like,
Brand.
I mean,
Yeah.
Favreau set the MCU up, the trend, the look,
yeah,
the face.
He
He
did.
started that, so I think that's why he's
100% he did.
he's
So,
embedded in there.
Now you got Josh Whedon coming in. He fucks it up. Now the only other person that you have is James Gunn with the Guardians. Guardians, for an unknown franchise, was able to actually make it into a successful franchise overall. Now you got somebody like, hey, before you get too deep in the weeds, come over to us. He's successful with Peacemaker. So the thing is, that with James Gunn, like, it takes,
And Suicide Squad.
even though we and Suicide Squad. So the thing is that we know the steps to do. We know, like, hey, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman should be your frontliners. They should be your holy trinity. But you need to get a director. You need to get a studio. You need to get writers behind that can actually write it as it needs to be.
As a DC movie.
As a DC movie. Now with Zack Snyder. Now I know some of us disagree with Zack Snyder's vision overall. I like the dark movies. I liked Man of Steel, so forth. I know some of you guys are not really into that.
I like
I like his vision. When we saw his vision,
Man of Steel,
I like Man of Steel.
Yeah.
Man of Steel is the best to this day. Is the best thing that it's come out of the DCU.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is,
I don't know. I still think his cut of Justice League is the best thing.
No, I think Man of Steel is a better package.
I think Man of Steel is the best.
I enjoyed Justice League way
I enjoy Justice League too, the Snyder cut,
Snyder cut.
That's why that's what
it.
brought me back on board with Zack Snyder's universe.
Yeah.
I was a big hater for a long time, but the thing is, the man has a vision. He does have a vision, and if you followed that vision down the line, I think you were some really cool places we could have gone. But I think that you have to have the patience to follow that vision and stay on board. And the DC, the problem from the day one was they were hungry, like you said, for that Ultron money. And any deviation from that formula, they thought as a threat, and they were too chicken shit to take a risk on.
Yeah,
and this is why they fucked up for 7 years, because they don't have the consistency to stick to a vision. Zack Snyder's vision, you know what I disagreed with it at the beginning because it goes against comic books, but it is a good amalgamation of film and comic books in a new medium. So it works in that combination. It doesn't work from the DC comic perspective because, like we talked about this, Superman's a bright, colorful character, but it works in Zack Snyder's long-term goal. I see it as a long-term goal. If you stuck with it, we would have had some great movies by now. We could have had that future Snyderverse movies that we all want now.
We could have had, this could have been an alternate universe. They could have gotten rid of it after a while, but at the end, we got, in Snyder's universe, we got the campy Superman at the end. So it's just kind of one of those things that it could have been better. But like I said, the 7 years.
Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Do you think one of James Gunn's decisions or attempts will be to get Zack Snyder's vision reinstated?
I would like to talk about that. Yes.
Okay.
I think it will be reinstated to an extent. I don't know if we will get the full. I mean, can we just go ahead and say it? I want to tell the zinger.
We can do it.
Just might as well. Just
it's kind of early though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's whatever. It's pretty much been confirmed. Man of Steel 2 has been confirmed.
Oh my God!
Yeah, who would have thought about it? Henry Cavill will be playing as Superman. Zack Snyder will be directing it.
Zack Snyder directing is confirmed?
I think it's
confirmed. I didn't know that.
I thought.
I didn't know that.
Maybe I'm jumping the gun, but I thought they said that.
I think you are jumping the gun on that one, but I would love for that to be true.
If it is, I'll be so happy. But let least know that Man of Steel 2 at the very
Man of Steel 2 is happening. Henry Cavill is returning. If they got Zack Snyder back and Creamcast not pulling our leg on this, then yes, the Snyderverse is back. And the long-term, what's his name? That guy who played Cyborg
so
finally has a job again.
I was correct. I thought I was bullshit. I thought I was just seeing things. So Zack Snyder did a video recently where he talks about the fact like, hey, I'm so happy that you're back as Man of Steel, blah, blah. I look forward to working with you very soon.
Oh, so we don't know if that's in reference to Superman.
We don't know if it's, but he was saying
we don't know, but it's a nice.
He congratulated him.
Him. He's like, congratulations, because he was asking Henry Cavill a question about it, and then he was like, hey, I just want to let you know. Like I'm look very excited. I'm very excited to working with you again. That's almost pretty much damn confirmed.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you because in the world of, like we were just talking about, no brainer first move decisions everyone would make. James Gunn, if at first I would walk over to DC and say, Henry Cavill needs to come back as Superman, and you guys need to give me full control. Then I would walk over to Zack Snyder's house and be like, hey, guess who's back? And I mean, you could do whatever you want. So
yeah.
I would think the 2 slam dunks in a row, that would be it.
Yeah, and I'm going back. I always had to go back to reference the tomato score, Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, Man of Steel got 75% audience score. Not the greatest.
Mm-hmm.
It could be higher, but that's pretty damn good for a Superman movie, especially.
It is pretty good,
especially for the first
Man
Superman.
of Steel ages very well, and it's like it's
so
a
good.
fine wine of comic book films. I was very mixed on that movie, and it was a very big issue for me, and it took a long time for me to get on board with Man of Steel.
Well,
the
I was on
killing,
board with it. It's more satisfying than it
like I still don't like Superman killing people, but for some reason,
I don't either.
Zack Snyder has dulled that version of there's a there's a prime version of Darkseid that's read comic books that is like there are certain rules. Batman doesn't use a gun,
Right.
Superman doesn't kill people. Superman can murder everyone, but he doesn't, because it's harder to do that job and not kill people and set an example.
Well,
That's
those
the whole
rules are
point
out
of
the
being
window a
Superman.
long time ago, though.
Yeah. So
Especially Batman.
Yeah, but I have come around to the brutality of Zack Snyder's vision.
You've submitted.
I'm so sad that I'm saying these words, but it's a good movie. Man of Steel is a good movie.
Yeah, so
I watched clips of Man of Steel regularly all the time.
Same here.
The music, it's just a good movie. The music alone, I listen to the soundtrack every other week, seemingly.
Same here.
Like YouTube knows to bring it up.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's time for you to listen to the General Zod theme. Here you go. Like, oh, cool.
I have a playlist of his First Flight, like one of the songs.
First Flight, yeah.
It's amazing.
I love Zod's theme. Zod's theme is amazing.
Yeah,
I listen to that regularly.
No, it's amazing. It's an amazing film. So yeah, because of James Gunn now being a co-CEO of Warner Brothers Studios or DC Studios, I'm looking forward to what the DCEU can actually provide. I think we've all been very hungry for it. And with the latest edition of the next thing we're about to review, which is Black Adam, I think overall this gives us a glimpse of what the DCEU can be, but it still has a little ways to go for sure. And I think the only person that can actually see a vision that will be true to DCEU and also true to the fans is James Gunn. I think James Gunn he'll have the right mix of reality, violence, and so forth, while still making a movie like Darkseid wants. Superman doesn't kill, except for these dark times. Maybe bring in Snyder's vision, tweak it a little bit, or have Snyder's vision, and hey, we'll run with it. This will be our one universe, and then we'll switch to another.
It's so easy for them to correct it and make Darkseid happy. Here is all they got to do in the next movie is spend 2 minutes talking about, I've killed once, I'll never do it again. Just say those words, and it just seems like he did it and he liked it. And it bothers me that they've never referenced. Have they ever referenced it? Am I wrong?
No, I never referenced.
I have not.
Okay, so I read an article from Zack Snyder because everyone was in an uproar. All the nerds like me were in an uproar when he killed, because he doesn't do that. So when he did that, people wanted to ask Zack Snyder, why did you have him do that? And Zack Snyder's response was he did it so he could learn not to do it, which is stupid in my opinion. I'm not going to kill anyone because I know it's wrong. But anyways, his level, I'm coming around to his thinking that he has a certain level of power and he needs to understand when to exert that power, and he exerted it and he let his hatred get the best of him. And that was his point of, he can never go back to that moment, where that Zod moment. So I like that in retrospect, but in the moment it was shocking.
Yeah, it was very shocking.
It was
very shocking in the moment.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, or what the reason why he had Superman do that. I'm kind of disagree with that though, because I know like there was what is it in the Red Hood when Batman said, "If I ever did kill," I'm paraphrasing, "if I ever did kill, I will never get out of that dark place." He would just keep doing it over and over again.
Yeah, but
So-
Batman is scarred by murder. Batman is scarred by
Superman.
that scar happens to Batman early.
Yeah.
Superman is all bright and colorful until he encounters this darkness that I see. This is the whole thing with Zack Snyder. He has a vision. This was all part of Superman's long-term origin, which now I appreciate more. Like the Superman I want, he was building up to that.
He was
character,
building up to being
learning all these things, but the shock of
role
that
model.
moment. Yeah, because I'm used to
we don't have
We're
an
all used
origin
to
story.
Christopher Reeves.
I'm used to Christopher Reeve out of the gate.
Which
He's
is no-
red, white, and blue.
But it's not a real
truth,
origin
justice, and
story.
the American way.
Yeah, but it's no like
Yeah.
origin story. Like he has to actually go against.
Yeah, he's already
huge-
established.
He's already
you're right.
established. Like there's no scenario.
There's
where
a
he's-
reality to learning things like that
Right.
I like
Like
and I appreciate it.
Like the fact that they treated him like a
Yeah,
god.
that's true.
Like in Christopher Reeves, he wasn't looked at as like a god. He was just the guy that was super strong. With this one, with Zack Snyder, they're saying like he's a god.
He's a
among
guy.
Men. Yeah,
Yeah, he's a guy
He's a
having
guy.
to learn
with-
that he's a god among men.
Man,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
So the fact
Yeah.
that
Who
I-
was
like,
going? Sorry, just quickly, since we're in Superman, who was going to be the villain of the second movie? Did they even establish that?
No, I don't
No,
think
we
they
just
established that.
speculated
It's too
wildly.
early.
Oh, okay, all right.
I'm hoping
For
it's
some reason, I thought it
Brainiac
was
still,
going to
but
be Brainiac.
yeah,
Cool.
I
That'd be
was
nice.
hoping.
that'd be
Oh
dope.
Alright.
shoot! You know what? I'm remembering.
I
why
think
hate
somebody
Zack
said
Snyder
that.
now.
Sorry,
Hold on.
sorry, Creamcast.
Lex
you
Luthor,
can-
Lex
sorry to
Luthor.
interrupt you.
No, you're good. I don't
Yeah.
care. This is an open forum. We're all just talking.
I
Uh,
don't
Lex
like this
Luthor.
Stop
guy
being
that.
polite, bitch.
Shut
I
up,
forgot his
Ben.
name.
Yeah, shut the
Fuck it. I don't like the guy who played Lex.
So why
Luthor.
why you don't like Zack Snyder?
Lex Luthor. I'm going right back.
No, we like
I,
him.
I like Snyder.
I
Who,
know-
wait, who are we talking to? Though?
Yeah, who doesn't like Zack Snyder?
Darkseid. He said he didn't like Zack Snyder because of the second. The
I'm
villain.
saying that the Lex Luthor thing really like I was praising Zack Snyder and like jerking off to him like just now,
yeah,
like
that's
it's so
true.
amazing. But then I'm like,
Yeah,
this dope also screwed up big time, screwed up Lex.
Luthor.
Yeah, Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
But to be
Let's
fair,
not forget.
but
let's not forget.
But let's be fair.
He's a
that
bitch.
That was supposed to be a transition as well. That the Lex Luthor that we know from the comic books was not
All
the
right,
Lex
all
Luthor.
right, all right.
So I mean, let's. I mean,
no,
let's,
but you're
let's-
right. I'm just the more like serious scheming Lex Luthor.
sure.
Again,
Not-
I want
again,
the ball
again.
headed.
He had
Luthor.
roadmap though. But the thing is,
Yeah,
to be fair, he had a
he's
roadmap.
right.
He
He's
had
right.
a roadmap.
Damn.
and the Lex Luthor
Cass
was
is right.
the Lex Luthor we know.
Okay.
He did say
No. He's wrong. He's wrong. He's wrong.
Yeah, fuck this
He
guy.
was oh man, were we wrong about Zack Snyder?
Yeah, like, but that's
I'm
the
telling
thing.
you,
We weren't-
it's a long transition to get to like accept where Zack Snyder was. Like I said, you have to examine it. Like I mean, there is I'm not wrong in the moment. In the moment
In
where
the
I did
moment,
not
you're
like
right.
the
You're
Snyderverse, I'm absolutely right.
Yes.
Because
But
we
it
didn't know
takes
this.
a
We
while.
didn't know any of that roadmap or anything.
Well, yeah, but remember, because you think about it like this. It's almost like Kevin Feige saying, "Hey, all right, we're coming out with Iron Man, but this is the roadmap where eventually we're gonna get to Thanos. I'm gonna tell you every step that's gonna happen, and where Iron Man is gonna go from this pretentious prick to being now, self-sacrificing for all of pretty much the universe." With Zack Snyder, he couldn't talk about what his plan was because guess what? If
no,
he did,
I
I mean,
I agree, but I'm
but-
saying that's why our criticisms were so harsh before,
yeah, absolutely.
because there was no way we could be aware that was going to be the plan.
Yeah,
But I don't like the choice of actor that plays Lex Luthor. I just
Yeah,
don't.
we agree with
I don't
you.
know.
I also like we don't have the long-term vision on this because that is definitely a poor decision. I agree. I don't see that, but you know what? Like I
Because
said,
the
there was
times-
something down the road we don't see.
But regardless of long-term vision, like look back
John
to
C.
Iron Man.
Riley as Lex Luthor.
Yeah, that would have been
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah,
Mm.
but I mean, going back
Same
to
hair as Dr. Brule.
but going back to Iron Man, it's still.
Dr. What?
Wait, what?
I don't know.
Dr. Brule,
Dr. Bro.
John C. Riley,
Anyways,
Dr. Steve Brule, remember?
No.
the choice for Tony Stark was still the same actor. He was a good actor back then. He was a good actor towards the end. This actor that is playing.
Oh, you You idiot.
What did you post
I
something?
just want to double check that was the guy.
He's the John C. Reilly. That's
Where
the
he
best
takes
John
off
C.
his
Reilly.
glasses
Yeah.
and he's crooked.
Yeah.
Dr. Burl.
Keep the hair. Keep the hair. Yes, that's
There, baby. That's Lex Luthor.
Anyways, I
That's-
think it'd be a better choice if they
Oh,
had
I
someone else.
missed that show.
Or the guy from what's that WB show? The Superman WB show.
No,
Smallville.
I know who you're talking
Lois-
about.
Lois and Clark?
No,
No,
Smallville.
Smallville
Oh,
guy.
Smallville.
The Smallville Lex Luthor.
I've
No,
never
no,
seen
no.
no. Hold on. I've never seen a full episode.
Michael Rosenbaum.
I think
I've watched every episode of Smallville.
I think he'd be a
It's
better
a
choice.
good show. It's a good show. Smallville's a good show ahead of its
I don't
time.
know.
Michael Rosenbaum is a great Lex Luthor. He's a fantastic Lex Luthor, but he's not a big screen Lex Luthor. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I get that.
Bob
but I think
Hoskins.
he would be a better choice than
Bob
Zeke
Hoskins
Hoskins
his
is
ass.
great.
Mm.
Hoskins.
Say that last part. I couldn't hear you. What'd you say?
I think he would have been a better choice than what they have for the Snyderverse. Like I said,
Well, again, we don't know what the long-term plan was.
No, I'm saying regardless of long-term plan, I don't think he is a good actor for. He's a good actor, but for this role, I don't think it's a good role for him. I don't know.
Again,
It's just
we
me.
don't know
even
where
had,
how he was
Slade.
being instructed to play. I think he's a good actor and he could play the
He's a
Lex
good
Luthor you
actor,
want him to
but-
play. I think he was instructed to play the character this way because there was also a development of Lex Luthor. I think this Lex Luthor was designed not as the villain of a movie. He was designed as the villain of the franchise. Like you were supposed to get Lex Luthor 5-6 films from now with Darkseid. You're supposed to see
And
that
I would love that.
progression of him. Remember, he was this goofy idiot, and look what
Yes.
Superman did to him. And that's what you need to understand. Again, by the time you get to the 4th film with Darkseid, you see, oh man, this guy's so messed up and scarred. I see why he blames Superman for all of those failures that led him to the moment where he betrays humanity. You know what I mean? So I
get
think I
that.
see the framework of that. I think,
s-
again, we are looking at that one film. BVS is garbage, by the way. We all have to also acknowledge this.
Yeah.
We are looking at BVS,
Martha.
and yeah, it's.
But that was. But
man,
yeah, remember.
Snyder
Remember
sucks.
that wasn't Snyder. To give Snyder credit, that wasn't him. So
That was him. BVS
No,
is him.
yeah.
But the thing is, they changed a lot. Just because.
No, BVS is pure Snyder.
No,
Uncut Snyder.
No, that's not uncut Snyder.
Oh,
Yeah,
Where did you
BVS
say
is
that,
It's like
man?
full.
the theatrical is not the same
No, no, no.
as you talking about the
You're
theatrical
talking. Are you talking about Justice League or BVS?
BVS.
BVS. There's a theatrical cut, and then
No, there's an ultimate cut. There's a theatrical cut.
yeah,
I know. I know what you're saying, but
You still think it's
the
trash?
tone is the same. The tone is the same.
They should have just cut it. completely.
Ultimate cut is literally just longer. There's
Yeah, it's
not
longer,
and the
yeah.
added scenes like more lore in there, but it's still Zack Snyder's
I mean, it's not-
BVS.
yes, it's
BVS
not the
is
best.
garbage.
But I
It's
think
garbage.
What,
Pretty
I'm
man.
saying, what I'm saying
Yeah.
is that if BVS, I don't think
Zack Snyder
Snyder-
sucks.
I don't think Zack Snyder had full creative control.
Did
as
you
he
walk
did
out of
in-
theater?
He had full creative control in
as,
Shut up.
BVS.
as the same as Man Steel. No,
No. He had more. BVS was the moment where they handed the he became the Kevin Feige
lead
of
guy?
DC. Yeah, DC handed him the keys of the kingdom and said, "All right, do whatever you want to do." He's like, "All right, we're doing BVS, and that'll kick off my Justice League." He had total control. BVS was the end of Zack Snyder's like
Rain.
the not his reign, but the control, the freedom he had after BVS changed.
They basically put him on punishment.
Yeah, because everyone shitted on BVS and everyone was
like-
Warner Brothers was looking for the Avengers type of outlook to their franchise, where BVS kind of was like, this kind of sucks.
As
So-
everyone else was too. I mean, this is Batman versus Superman. It's like the dream movie.
Yep.
And you mess it up.
Yeah, BVS is garbage.
Yeah. It is.
It is what it is. Like I said, Man of Steel, I have a lot of love for and admiration for. Justice League, Snyder's cut, I like it a lot, but BVS was a rough ride. There's no cut of BVS that could be possibly good. It's just not good. It almost feels like BVS was rushed.
I think poorly written.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's writing issues, but I almost feels like Zack Snyder himself it went too far because he was too eager to get to something. So he's setting himself up to do something, and BVS should have been 2 or 3 movies in and of itself. You know what I mean? Like it was too fast, too quick to set up the Justice League. So Snyder also kind of, did it to himself a little bit.
It was too fast but not furious, basically.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, hey, that's what it was.
Let's get to the Black Adam review.
Let's keep on moving.
You skip a Batman movie.
Puns are getting
already deep in. All right.
So now that we've talked about DCEU kicking it off with James Gunn now being the co-CEO of DC Studios, we got to see kind of what the new vision, maybe the last vestiges of
I'd say it's more of that.
This is the last vestiges of the old Warner Brothers influence, and maybe with a hint of stingers at the very end. So Black Adam obviously debuted last week. Well, depending on when this episode gets out, but last week, on the 21st, last week of October, and overall, I'll just say from the jump, it was an okay movie. It was not great. It wasn't bad. It was okay. It was, I would say, good in the sense of it was a typical. If this movie was made 10 years ago, this would have been one of the highest movies of all time.
Yes.
The highest superhero movies of all time. But because of the fact that it came out now, it's almost like DC is trying to, like we were talking about just before, that Warner Brothers was trying to get the Ultron money. They're trying to do the MCU formula back in the day, and kind of find out that formula doesn't kind of work as well as it did back in the day. It takes a little while for it to actually kick off. So it's a little bit weird that it's like a movie that's not in its right time. If it was done maybe 10 years ago, like I said, this would have been a great movie. This one, now that it's came out in 2022, it's okay. So, did everybody see the opening weekend?
Yes,
I did. So
yes,
there is a reason why I was eating these, specifically this brand.
Okay.
Because what's his name was eating them?
Who?
Adam, whatever his name was.
Black Adam.
Black Adam was eating.
No, not Adam.
Potato chips.
Atom, the guy who was basically Ant-Man.
Oh,
Adam
man.
Smasher.
Adam Smasher. Oh,
yeah.
man, that was such a great fun.
He was eating this exact brand of
so
chips.
Ed Underground has brought a a visual gag for the review
podcast.
Here.
Yeah.
So he bought a bag of Lay's baked potato chips.
He was pointing at it.
To make a reference.
Like, he was furiously pointing at it. I'm
surprised
like,
you guys didn't get that.
Yeah, he was.
No,
Yeah.
you didn't.
I didn't even know.
Well, I mean, you didn't even get.
How were we supposed to arrive to from Adam Smasher to that?
He was eating baked chips, and there's another scene when he was eating a whole bowl of wings. It was hilarious.
Sure.
It was.
Look, first
random.
off, I want to congratulate Darkseid, because finally you have a Middle Eastern actor getting his dues as Black Adam.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm glad that has happened.
I'm so happy.
The Middle East has extended into American Samoa, and I absolutely appreciate that. I've long called for the Pacific to be part of the Middle East.
We're so
technically
happy for you.
it's the Middle East of something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. We're so happy for you. So happy for you. You finally got
Thank
your
you.
representation in the DCEU.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's the rep for my people, I'm okay with it.
I mean, you're already picking one of the most the highest paid actor. I think was like 2 years ago.
Isn't The Rock now that considered the highest paid actor in
probably,
the world?
I think so.
Yeah,
or in Hollywood or whatever.
It changes, but at one point,
he's in the top
even
10.
if it's not now, he was. Yeah,
he's in the top 10. He's heavily paid.
How I love this movie. I loved it, but I also, like Creamcast has said before, there was so much fat in this movie. There was a ton of fat that could have been cut out. Was this a pandemic movie?
Wait. You're saying that there was too much fat and it could have been better if it was baked instead of fried?
Yes.
Wow.
Oh.
Full circle.
Full
Man.
circle.
Mind blown.
Ed Underground and
Galaxy
Green Tuner
Brain.
are simpatico right now.
Yeah, they are.
65% less fat.
Less fat.
This episode brought to you by Lay's baked potato chips.
Yes.
Mhm.
Taste the flavor,
Yeah.
not the fat.
Yep, absolutely.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Green Turner.
No, but yeah, this would have definitely benefited. And then this seemed like a pandemic movie. Was this a pandemic movie? Because it seemed like
Partially,
what's
I
the
think.
name?
I think it was delayed, so
town
yeah,
name?
it probably
What's
was.
the place name?
Kandach.
Kanda.
And
Kandach.
don't try to pronounce it wrong.
It seems like
Make sure you
it
pull your
seems like
cues.
the total population of Kandach was about 20 people.
Yeah.
Because I kept seeing the same actors over and over again, like the background people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like,
the extras were light.
yeah.
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 Like the one scene where the guy, the woman was talking to her son, and she was like,
Yeah.
"Go talk. You got something else better to do." He was like,
Yeah.
"I know." And he just walks away and finds the same 20 people from the
Yeah,
entire
the same
movie.
20 people.
Even people that they
And also
seems like
the
filmed
the
in the
bad
same
guys-
intersection. The same.
yeah, it is the
They
same
kept
intersection.
filming at the
Yeah.
same
That's a hot
intersection.
street. That's a
Yeah,
hot street,
Hot
though.
Street, yeah. Like Adam Smasher's
Yeah.
like completely destroyed it, whatever. But they're like,
Yeah.
nope, let's have the fight right
It's
here.
back
It has to be right here in Kandach.
Yeah, if they would have trimmed this baby down because it was way too long,
it was.
it would have been a much better movie.
What
I
do you-
haven't.
go ahead.
Go on. I'll say that for you guys. Go on.
No, go ahead.
All right. So I went into this movie with
Anyways,
mid expectations. So without my choice, I did see the review, or not. I saw the score before walking into the movie. IGN gave it a 5. A lot
You're
of
a
critics.
sucker.
Huh?
Keep on
I
going.
said IGN gave it a 5.
No, I said you're a sucker. Yeah, go ahead. Keep on going.
I didn't look for it. It found me, but a lot of critics.
Yeah,
gave it-
because IGN never does reviews, huh? Movie reviews.
But anyways, a lot
So
of
you
other...
felt the need to see what IGN was posting.
No, I went on my own feed, like I said before, and it was there.
Whatever. Just keep on going. So what's up?
Anyways, so I went into the movie, and I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I did like it.
It's an enjoyable movie.
It has problems. It definitely has its
Mm.
issues. My major issue, and you may not agree, I don't know, but that kid was so annoying.
Really, I love that Adam
Incredibly
Smasher.
annoying.
I have a soft
No,
spot for Adam
not
Smasher.
Adam Smasher.
He's like
The-
a kid.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That
No, I agree.
every time he was on screen.
Rockaware? You mean Rockaware?
That guy, yeah.
Throwing
Rockaware
out the
Damon
rock.
Dash?
Yes. Throw out the rock, baby. Throw
I don't
out the
know.
rock.
I don't know if it was his acting or just the way they portrayed him. Every time he was on screen,
Yeah.
Both.
I did not like him.
I was thinking of if I was in that crowd and that kid was just doing that to me, I was like, what the fuck?
All right, I'm going
Go
back
home,
home.
you
Yeah.
stupid little.
He had probably the most cheesiest
Yeah.
scenes in the whole
Yeah.
movie.
He's
It-
cheesy.
when he did that skateboard scene at towards the end,
Oh jeez, yeah.
was done with this kid.
Disagree. I think he was radical.
Oh, God, it would have been great in the '90s movie, but no, I just
Well, that's why he was radical.
that
yeah.
kid just like no. But
Yeah, they
everything
should have
else-
shot that kid in the movie.
But,
just to get him out
oh
of the
God.
script.
But everything else in the movie I actually did like. I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's not.
Hawkman.
I enjoyed
Hawkman.
Hawkman.
Holy
Fucking
shit.
awesome.
Hawkman
He was
was
so
Great
awesome.
Hawkman.
I was
Yeah.
surprised how much I actually liked Hawkman.
Yeah.
No,
And then
Dark
obviously
Side.
Oh, Dr.
Dr.
Fate.
Fate. Yeah.
Dr. Fate was
Pierce
fucking
Brosnan.
badass.
Pierce.
God damn.
That man can act. I like
Yeah.
Dr. Fate a lot.
I
Hawkman.
wanted more of Dr. Fate.
Hawkman, I'm not gonna lie. I saw the black Hawkman. I'm like, even though he was black, I was just like, damn, they're race swapping. It's gonna be furious. But
Yeah.
it was
No,
it was not bad.
He's good.
It was good.
Yeah,
I
it was
enjoyed
really
it.
good.
I like the X-Men too, and yeah,
The who?
The who?
the Justice Society.
Oh, Justice.
Oh,
Did
just
the X-Men scene. With
oh
the,
yeah, the X-wing.
Well, the X-Men. Yeah,
yeah.
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 That was kind of like I did get like first class kind of
Vibes or
vibes,
whatever.
but it was not. bad.
Yeah.
It could have been worse. All right, let's hear from.
Oh, I wasn't done.
Oh, you're not. Oh shit! I thought
Oh,
that was
shit.
your review.
No. Dwayne The Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne. What do we call him? Dwayne.
Dwayne.
Why are you adding
I-
extra
Dwayne.
A's?
Dwayne.
It's a
The
very
Rock
like
Johnson.
90s black sitcom way of saying his name.
Dwayne.
Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
I think he
Dwayne Waynes.
he played a good Black Adam, or
Yeah.
the 10th Adam, or whatever. I
love how
considered-
brutal he was.
he was brutal. Like, I didn't. It's The Rock. I've seen him on other movies. I don't think he's done a really bad movie except for The Tooth Fairy. But in every other movie,
I'm
it
sure
kind
he's done
of
a couple of bad movies.
yeah. But in any other movie I've seen him in, he's always been The Rock, just being in a movie. From my perspective, in this movie, it was less The
What
Rock.
about Hobbs and Shaw?
That too.
Fast and Furious.
That was
That
a
too.
joke.
That too.
Okay.
But in Black Adam, he
Tooth
seemed
Fairy.
like it was terrible.
Hmm.
I think
He
that was
was
his
The Rock.
first movie. But he was The Rock. But in Black
Hmm.
Adam, I think he really did
Scorpion
portray-
King.
What are you going to talk about that?
I was
did
actually the funny thing you brought up. I was waiting to actually talk about
to
that.
say it.
No. There's something. There's a parallel to that. So
Yeah, there is.
But I do think that he may be the best to play back Black Adam.
Black Adam.
Yeah. I can't really think of
Yeah.
anyone else.
If they keep him,
Well, no,
as
you'd have to go
brutal,
unknown.
yeah.
You'd have to go unknown. I'm sure there's a better
Unknown
actor,
would be
but-
the only point. Yeah, contender.
I mean, I would love an unknown. That'd be great. But I mean, I think he fits the best known person to play
Yeah.
Black Adam.
there
I
is
think
there is appeal to The Rock that will put ass in seats because it's The Rock.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. It's a big name
Yeah.
itself.
It's like having like if you would have had Iron Man be Tom Cruise or something like that, or a Brad Pitt, that would put ass in seats because
Yeah,
of the fact
just
that-
the name. Yeah,
just the name alone. So I agree. Like this, you kind of needed a big character for this to help revitalize the DCEU to an extent.
Yep.
Like you got your Jason Momoas, you got your Henry Cavills, you got your Gal Gadot, you got the Ezra Miller. And you know, alarms go off anytime his name
yeah.
is being
Ezra
said.
Miller watch Miller time.
So Miller
Miller
time. Yeah. So yeah, but no, I agree with you. Like Black Adam, this was a good movie. This was good. It wasn't great. It was good. I think that with The Rock being in here, it made me a little bit more excited to see it if it as opposed to unknown actor
Mhm.
who, I mean, there's probably an unknown that looks like much better Black Adam who would look the
Yeah.
part, buff him up, and keep it pushing. But I mean, if you're gonna put a big name actor into it, Black Adam is who you will
Yeah.
put, especially with the mold that you have built behind Shazam. You know, you need a big, buff, strong guy. So outside putting on a bodysuit, you kind of need somebody who can actually fill out that role physically and acting wise.
Mhm.
Yeah. It was kind of the reverse for me, as in the reason why I wanted to see Black Adam. I actually wasn't hyped for it because The Rock was in it. But after seeing The Rock in it, because it's The Rock, it made me like it more, if that makes any sense.
Isn't it kind of cheesy
I
that
get
The Rock is in it though? Is this kind of like The Rock is in everything? Like he was in
Yes.
Rampage, he's in the Fast and Furious. He's like next time we're gonna see him fucking holding a lightsaber in the Star Wars film, but it's not gonna be a
Hell
lightsaber.
yeah.
It's just gonna be a giant ass club. It's gonna be like a fucking like massive ass lightsaber that it's like the size of a fucking dumbbell. And he's just like
Because he's The Rock.
just because he's the fucking Rock.
Hell yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Hell yeah.
I
He's
will
gonna
watch
be
it.
Mace Trend
Mace Trent.
TRN.
Nice. Yeah. Like what's your rank? TRT. T. Hey, what are you like? Like yeah, that's my rank. I'm not Jerem. I'm TRT. So,
But
no,
I enjoyed it. I like his entrance to how they introduced him with
Yeah.
in the tomb.
Like
and
the
he
interesting
had the
one, he
hood
just
on.
basically slaughters that whole army.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
first
I thought it
guy,
was
how he
freaking
actually melted him. I was
Yeah.
like, what the hell? I couldn't believe I was actually seeing that in Rock movie.
yeah.
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 And I know he
Yeah.
was going to be the villain or whatever. Although I would love to see a villain.
I mean, at
movie.
least they're not making him like all good, which is what I'm happy
Fine.
about. He
It's
still
fine.
has, he still wants to kill people. So
It's
Yeah,
fine.
but they made him into the villain.
mhm.
Not a villain. They're like,
But not a
hey,
villain.
He's
Yeah,
a
I know.
kill
protector.
An unwilling villain.
Yeah, I need to kill people, but I'm gonna save these random kids because I love kids.
I
Now,
gotcha.
granted, Black Adam in the comic books, he's not just slaughtering people left and right. Like he's not slaughtering just the people of conduct left and right. Right?
No,
Wait, Dark Side,
No.
what are you making that face?
He does protect conduct.
He is Saddam Hussein and Hitler mashed together.
But he's not killing his own people though, like slaughtering his own people.
He's brutally oppresses his people.
He oppresses them.
Oh,
Sure.
really?
Yes, he oppresses.
Yeah,
he's not killing them.
there's versions of the
There are
softening
versions.
of Black Adam, but
okay.
yeah, he's a villain.
Yeah.
That they
full on.
like. It's just like he's a villain. Like, I mean, we can have a Harley Quinn TV show and everything, but she was murdering babies in the comic because
In the comics,
Joker,
yeah.
the
Well,
Joker
yeah.
thought it was funny. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like you just soften to bring a character into the forefront. That's what's happening with Black Adam.
Okay.
So yeah.
So in a way, it's like a watered down.
Well, you already know
It's
it's
a
gonna be
softened,
wide.
yeah.
It's not gonna be the full. I mean, like you said, you see him. He's like, it's still like a kids movie at the same time. To the extent, like the parts where he's not like actively melting people, I felt like
Yeah.
I'm watching the Disney Channel. Where they're drawing the little Mickey sound. Mickey,
Yeah, the
little
Mickey
lightning.
sound.
He's like, yeah, I'm Black Adam.
Yeah.
I'm Black
Especially the
Adam.
parts
You're
with
watching the
stupid,
Disney Channel.
Yeah.
Skateboard kid.
Yeah, skateboard
Those were
kid.
for sure
Oh,
Disney
that kid.
moments.
I hope that, and like how they did. Well, this is wrong. I'm not gonna make that comparison.
What?
I was gonna say, how they kind of killed off T'Challa in the Black Panther. I hope that like the next Black Adam movie, like they just be like the kid, like we don't know what happened to him. He's like,
They have
he was-
murals of him.
yeah, he's like he was just skateboarding. He decided like Black Adam's gonna save me, and he's skateboarding onto a freeway by mistaken conduct.
You
got
wouldn't
hit by-
believe it,
got
but
hit
he
by-
got what's it called? Run over by Sabak.
Yeah, Sabak actually ran him over. It was funny, even though he was defeated, his power was still there. Yeah, that kid was annoying, and
He was annoying.
I just felt like he was just they like, hey, we need a child actor. I'm gonna pull in a favor for a friend. This guy gave me $1 million. I'm going to put his kid in the movie. This kid felt like he couldn't act. He was just like, I felt like I could have read his lines better. Because in the movies they they do voiceovers over the actual acting, and I felt like the kid they were like, all right, kid, go ahead, give us your best voice act. And it looked like he was just reading the lines like, oh no, Black Adam, come save me, throw up the rock, guys, we're not impressed anymore. I'm just like,
Yeah.
damn, like there's so many other kids they could have picked out, but they chose this kid. Like I'm assuming like they were just like, this movie's been delayed so long, like fuck it, just we're gonna keep this cut. There's gonna be the cut.
Just do it.
So it was just horrible. I felt like I was watching like a horrible voiceover version of that kid. But
yeah.
Other than that,
despite its problems, I did like it. I didn't enjoy it. I wouldn't mind seeing it again. I did see it in IMAX.
Same here.
yeah, I saw it in IMAX. So.
I wouldn't mind watching it again.
Yeah, IMAX was a good way to go for sure.
I watched it just regular.
Wow.
You watched it IMAX?
Of course.
Oh,
why are you being a peasant?
Well, I'm sorry, we can't all afford IMAX.
Did you like watch the
Can't
movie?
afford we're not made of $12 here.
Yeah, right.
We are not made of 12.
Like,
really, dude? Mine was $16 a piece for regular seats.
$16.
Mine was $16.
IMAX is $12.
Yeah.
When I go to.
Was
Well, I
$16.
went to the same one. A different day, but yeah.
IMAX was $16
okay.
for us, but like, did they
You're
have
getting ripped off, my friend?
They're like, hey,
Wow.
like all the regular people, like, yeah, theater 1 to your left, like, sir,
Yeah.
go out those double doors, go around the dumpster. We have a projector. We have a projector. in
They
the
just
back.
have like a little hole drilled into the wall,
Walls.
and that's how
Yeah.
you watch the movie. You press your head against the
Yes,
brick wall.
right. And there's not even a place for your nose.
Did you go back in time to watch this movie or something? Like
Yeah,
back in time and Deep South?
yeah, right.
Oh.
Like somebody has to like literally crank it.
Oh no!
He's like watching from like the trees
Yeah.
of like a drive-through, like behind the fence.
no.
This movie's great.
Oh no.
Those are those theaters for you people.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
the
my
theaters in the back.
Hey, which way you going?
Yeah.
It's to the left.
You're going to,
Oh, no.
you're going to the wrong way, boy. That's what exactly.
That could mean anything.
Oh,
That can mean anything. Yeah. But
I guess so.
yeah, do better next time, Green Tuner.
Hmm.
Okay, Dark Side.
That wasn't even my joke.
No, I'm saying do better next time, as in like go see it in IMAX next time.
Oh yeah. You
Stop.
should.
I'll
yeah.
do IMAX next time. All right.
Yeah.
The one for
Yeah,
$12.
Yeah, Dark Side. I'm patiently waiting for your review. What do you think?
Oh,
of
my
Yeah,
opinion
he's
of the
being too
film.
quiet.
Teth
Way too
Oh.
quiet.
Teth Adam?
This movie sucked.
All right. I knew you were gonna shit
yeah,
on it.
I know.
I knew you were gonna shit on it.
I don't think that the kid was bad. I think the kid was fine. I think I see the kid as, like there are certain 90s movies where a kid like that is like he's in the Dick Tracy movie. I don't know if you guys know the references I'm making. There's always like a kid, an annoying kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He fit that annoying kid
A
role.
companion,
Yeah, I don't think you can get a great kid actor. I mean, like I think the best kid actor,
Terminator.
Yeah, but for that role,
Stranger
I
Things.
mean, Eddie Furlong. But that's not the type of movie.
Mandalorian.
I think
House of the Dragon. Game of Thrones.
House of the Dragon. Was there a kid
Yeah,
actor?
just
Oh, yeah, there you go.
that you can't get a
I
good
think
kid
the best
actor.
one I think
Harry Potter.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, but these
Yeah.
are all kids movies.
Home Alone.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. There was
Yeah,
a
the
kid actor
recent-
in that movie. There was a kid actor in that movie?
Are you serious right now?
I really have forgotten.
Obi-Wan.
Princess Leia.
Obi-Wan is the
Princess
kid?
Leia.
No, Princess Leia.
I liked her.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
the
whole
point.
point.
Yeah.
Doing
She was
yeah,
a good
examples
kid
of
actor.
good kid
right. I
actors.
say yeah. So I think that you guys are just being hard on the kid actors in general.
No,
I-
because
No,
we
we're
liked all the other ones.
we're telling you why you're wrong. Like there are
Okay.
plenty of kids.
All right. All right, I'm telling you how I don't give a fuck. So just listen up here. No, there's a certain type of kid actor in these type of superhero movies, and this reminded me of like Last Action Hero. There's like a loud, obnoxious.
Last Action Hero was like
There's a loud, obnoxious kid, and you're supposed to like be like, this fucking kid is annoying.
Last Action
Yeah.
Hero was nowhere as bad as this one.
Yes,
Okay,
I
so
agree.
anyways,
As a kid actor.
right? Okay, I'm not. Yeah. Okay.
This kid was just
Whatever.
annoying.
Sure.
He was just
All
annoying.
right. So the kid's
If you
annoying. All
gave
right.
him a great script, he was just annoying. I don't know
Okay,
how.
I don't think it's
just-
a great script.
I'm not saying
really-
it was a great
I don't
script.
think it's a great
I'm not
script.
saying it was.
You just overshot.
Yeah, big time. I don't know. I really think you're being hard on this kid, but I have the only one coming to this kid's defense. And like Ed's like, this is a Tarantino script, damn it.
It wants him to be what's his name in the back of the car. Remember the black guy in the back of the car? He's like, Murray, what do you think about this? And he shot him in the Tarantino movie. Remember?
Oh,
Like Ed wants like he's like
Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson
Mhm.
or not what's his name? John Travolta killed the guy. It's like, man, just kill the kid off. Like you had a great script and you fucked it up, kid. Like get him off the set. Like it wasn't that great of a script.
But if it was-
it did have baked lace potato chips. So I mean, at the bar is
Yes.
low, but it was
This had better screen time than that kid.
well. Like I said, I'm not saying that the kid was a great like actor, but I know what they were doing with the kid. There's a
Mhm.
like a back and forth between like your big tough guy. Like Rock is the last Arnold type of actor.
Yeah.
You know, like so when I watch these movies, I was thinking of like Last Action Hero, and I was thinking of, you know, Terminator 2. I was thinking of these combinations of
Yeah.
obnoxious kid and big tough guy. And for me, I like that combination. Again, I'm not saying that a kid was a great actor, but it didn't bother me as much as it seemingly bothered everyone else here. So that was
Okay.
it was not a big, and I like that he was skateboarding, and I like that he was a cliche, and I like that when he fell over, like DC Rebirth comic books came out of his backpack. Like, I
That
mean,
was cool.
and this
That
was a
was
long
kinda-
discussion I had with a friend of mine. Who
Or
I
the
went to
toy
see.
room. His room was cool.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah. I had a
Yeah.
discussion about this. Like who is doing the marketing for the DC characters in that universe, and is like Superman getting a cut of like some of all that like IP. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a lot of cross
and then-
referencing for sure.
Yeah, this is a third world country, right? Like Kondak, supposedly, and this kid has like
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Batman black and white DC Direct statues. Those things are expensive as hell.
What the fuck?
You were
So-
pricing him out as over this
it's
joint.
like that stupid
This
kid.
kid's room is several $1,000s. So
Mm.
and very cool room, by the way. That little with that drawer opens up and you can slip
cool.
out.
Yeah.
That was
What
dope.
Yeah.
So this kid is like a conduit to the, like when you watched a kids movie back in the day, you were all like, oh, that kid's so cool. He's hanging out. He's like Black Adam's best friend, and he's got the cool skateboard. He's like, that's the vibe I got off this kid. It reminded me of the movies that I watched as a kid. So in that respect, I liked that kid, the character
You
of the kid.
fantasized about being a young Asian boy going on adventures.
I
with
was
Indy.
a young Asian boy,
Doing this.
and I did
He's-
go on
yeah,
vacation,
he's
and I did go into malls and do this, and people ran and screamed.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's slightly different.
Yeah, Darkseid was living his childhood through this.
It was. It really was for me. Maybe it was like that's that's kind of, this kid reads comic books. I didn't skateboard because I was too afraid of falling. But
I'm with you.
I would have done I would have done everything else. Well, I wouldn't have like defied a militant army, but everything else I would have. That kid's room was amazing, dude.
Yeah.
No, I have nothing against the kid, but I see where you guys are coming from. For me, it's a nostalgia. There's a lot of nostalgia in the things in this movie that I liked.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, I thought it was okay. I didn't love the movie. Rock as Black Adam is a good fit. I like him. I am disappointed with where they ultimately left Black Adam. There's a moment at the end of this movie
Yes.
where he power bottom smashes the throne.
Yes.
And I hate that he did that. He should have sat on that throne, because that's what Black Adam does. That creates the conflict between him and Superman. So he's not a pro-democracy figure. He is I know what's best for Kondak, and we're going to follow my way of doing it. And if the rest of the world doesn't like it, fight me. And that's literally the coolness of that character. So I did not like that he was softened. Like, I think there's a softening of the character you have to do if you're going to make him the lead of a movie.
Yeah, you got to make him somewhat likable.
And I think they did a
Yeah.
good job writing that up to that moment. I think, like I said, the murders.
So you wanted him to like become corrupted with power once he sat on the throne.
No, I don't want him to. He's
A
not
dictator.
corrupt. He thinks he knows what's best,
Yeah.
and he will follow his instincts.
Totalitarian.
He's totalitarian, but
Okay.
with a good intention. You know what I mean? Like, he's not
all
evil.
totalitarians ultimately have
Everybody thinks they have the
what they
best
perceive to
intentions.
be a good intention. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So I wanted more of that, but I did like the. There's a great moment where I'm thinking of it, and I remember how hard I laughed. There's a moment where he was supposed to bring back a hostage alive,
Yes.
and Dr. Fate was like, "Did you catch him?" And it's like, there's like, yeah, it's like,
Oh, yeah.
you killed him, didn't you? I like that scene so much.
Yeah.
But that's more of the stuff where, like, they were at a certain point, they were just like, people are dying and they're just making
Yeah.
fun of it. I like that when they got to the point where he's like comedically killing people and Dr. Fate's making a joke. I thought was like, this is the right tone. I like this tone.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like a lot of this movie. I liked the setting. I liked Kondak a lot. I like the look of the city. I liked the Rock's look in the city.
Yes.
I like that he's isolated to the city. I agree with you that there's it felt a little CG'd in that empty. I totally agree with you guys. And then the Justice Society. I think there's some great characters in the Justice Society. Carter Hall, Hawkman, and this version of Hawkman is really good.
Really
I
good.
really enjoyed him. Was not expecting.
Dr. Fate, come on, man.
Dr. Fate was good.
I love
You know what I
Dr.
was
Fate.
expecting? I was expecting I really was expecting, if I wrote this movie, I was in the theater, sitting in the theater and going, oh, let me guess what's going to happen. I was really expecting the annoying kid, to open up his backpack and the helmet's in there. Like the helmet has just like connected to him.
Oh, and he's the next. Okay.
Yeah, because that happens in the comic book. The helmet chooses a kid too. So like, I was really expecting, oh, that's where they're going with this. This kid has these like beliefs and he wants to be a hero, but he's not powerful. And it seems like the helmet would have picked him. So I don't know. It didn't go in that direction, but there were a lot of things in the movie that I was like, okay, I see where they're going with a lot of different ideas. Ultimately, I had more fun watching this than the last few Marvel movies. I will say that.
I would say that
it was
too.
very fun.
Yeah. And maybe it's the refreshing perspective of the DC finally doing something correct. Maybe it's the perspective of The Rock is a genuinely likable guy. You know what I mean? Like
he's very charismatic.
And he's his like deadpan delivery here made sense with Black Adam. But yeah, there's a lot that I liked, but ultimately I walked out of the theater going like, yeah, it's okay. On the more positive side of that, I didn't be like, this is amazing, but I was like, it was a satisfied, that was pretty good. Like, I'm happy I watched it. I'd like to watch it again. Like, I don't want to watch Love and Thunder again. You know what I mean? In that perspective, it reminded me more of like how I walked out of earlier MCU movies. Like,
like just kind of mesmerized by what you just watched.
Well, like, potential and some cool. Oh, this was cool and that was cool. So that's there. So there's positivity, but ultimately, I didn't think it was like amazing per se.
It wasn't amazing. No.
And I wanted Black Adam to go to a darker place, but I guess that's a little harder to do. I just wanted him to sit on that throne. That really bothered me that he like chose democracy. I don't see him doing that. I don't see that as character.
Well, for 10 seconds he did pose on the throne.
Yeah. And I thought in that moment I was like I was fully tented. I was ready to go. I was, like
because you were
it did
up.
It for me. It did. I was I was not chubbing up. I was full mast at that point. All right, the chub was when he approached the throne. Okay?
Flag and everything.
And then when he smashed the throne, oh man!
So this doesn't feel right. I'm just like, what?
Yeah,
that's a typical.
Well, he said, it didn't feel right. I was like, this doesn't feel right.
Yeah, this is a typical. I feel like this is a typical Rock, like Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne? You mean Dwayne?
Dwayne Johnson.
We discussed this before that he is not gonna want to be portrayed as a straight up villain,
which is stupid.
But I thought that's where he wanted to go.
He talks about
but to an extent, he understands that you can't have. Look, when they announced the Black Adam movie, my initial reaction was like, "Oh, you're making a movie about like Saddam Hussein or Pol Pot or something? Okay, that's gonna be fun." Mm-hmm. That's in my mind. That's like. He's not a likable guy like Namor. This is Namor. If you're going to make a Namor movie, that's the tone you get. Like what Black Adam did here in this movie, that's Namor. Like he's a prick, but he's like he can hold back. You know what I mean? He's not all in like complete despot. Where Black Adam has crossed the line. He's completely like he's on the world's watch list of you kill this man immediately kind of thing. They just can't. So
I think The Rock would have been the only person I could think of that could pull off a just full-on villain and be likable.
Well, I don't think it's...
But this wasn't a full-on villain.
No, it wasn't. I'm just saying if he did do that, I think...
that's an interesting experiment. I don't think that they could... Where they're positioning Black Adam as an anti-hero down the line with starring a very big actor, very charismatic, likable actor. Obviously, they don't want to go down that road, but I think they rode the line very well. I think they could have stuck the landing a little more by making him just take that one more step where he's the ruler. I wanted him to be the ruler rather than him stepping aside for the people.
Be the protector.
The protector.
The protector. That he still retains like. It retains a little bit of what I wanted, but it just doesn't. It gives up a little too much.
Well, I think what I'm saying. Also at the end, where now we can talk about the zinger. at the end, the
Yeah.
stinger.
Stinger's
The
in the-
so the fact that what's her name,
Amanda Waller.
Amanda Moeller, shows up and is
Mhm.
like, hey, just make sure you stay in conduct. Don't ever leave either, or there's gonna be
Stay in your
problems.
lane, bitch.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not gonna leave, or I'll do what I want. You're never gonna, you don't threaten me, pretty much.
Mhm.
And she's just like, okay, well, he's like, there's no man on this earth that can hurt me. Well, we got a person out that's not from this earth, and then here comes Henry Cavill, Superman.
Chills, by the way.
I'm not gonna lie.
Chills. Goosebumps.
Goosebumps. I was holding my wife's hand watching this movie. I squeezed her hand so
Full
tight.
mask.
You fucking nerd.
Full
You
mask.
fucking nerd.
I was like,
Full mask.
oh my god, because I came into this movie not expect. I didn't hear about.
Were
it.
you ever were you at full mast at this point?
I was beyond full mask. Like,
Ed, were you full mast? Ed,
Sure.
I had
tell us
goosebumps.
about your genitalia.
I had goosebumps on my mast. My mask had goosebumps.
Ooh,
So
Your mast had a mast.
yeah, my mask had a
Damn.
mast.
rib for her pleasure.
Yeah,
Damn.
it was definitely
Oh my
ribbed.
goodness.
It was amazing, and the fact
It was cool as hell.
I'm not gonna lie, like that was like, and my wife was like,
Audience reaction. What was your audience reaction when he comes out of the smoke?
nobody knew. A lot of people left.
A lot of people left
Are
too
you
in mine.
fucking kidding me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
At this-
a lot
the
of people
same-
left in mine.
yeah.
No,
Yeah, the
I mean
few people
I
that
had
were
a
there-
well trained Marvel audience that were just, and I what I do when I watch a movie is I go to a website called Media Stinger.
Mhm.
I go really fast as the credits are going, and it tells me, hey, mid credit scene, end credit scene, stay for this, stay for that.
Mhm.
I knew that you can get up and go. These chumps, God bless them. As soon as that scene was up, I was like, let's go.
Well, those are
there's
the
nothing else here.
casuals. Those are the casuals.
But the casuals, I'm just saying, they're loyal. They stuck through the whole thing probably while I was using the urinal. They were probably like watching who was the IT developer in Singapore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
No casual
I-
watches the day of though.
I watched it on the when did I tell you I was going? Was it
I think it was
Friday or
the
Saturday?
day
I
of,
thought,
wasn't
I
it?
thought Sunday.
I sent some. Yeah, I was trying to get you.
Oh
to
yeah,
go
it was
with
Sunday.
Sunday.
It was Sunday.
He tried really hard to spend time with you, and you completely ignored him.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't ignore him.
It was a
What are you
good.
talking about?
It was a good crowd too. It was definitely a comic book crowd, and they were in it. And yeah, there was an audible cheer when our boy showed up on screen. And yeah, man, right there with Creamcast, goosebumps on the mast.
Yeah, but the crazy thing is for like my theater that I went to. So I went on a Saturday at like 12. My theater wasn't full, but so the theater I went to wasn't full. But the main theater that I normally go to was completely sold out. So it was a side theater. Like you can go to like the high end theater where I normally go. That was packed, but the side one that was still IMAX wasn't fully packed, which is actually good because then I didn't get to. There wasn't people talking, none of that other bullshit. The one thing I really one thing I did love was the jokes. First, I thought the jokes were kind of corny, and then when he was like, one of the funniest jokes to me was like, he was trying to say the catchphrase. Every time he kills somebody.
Oh right, yeah.
He's like,
tell him the man in black
said
says
the
it.
wrong time.
Yeah. He's like,
keep fucking it up.
So yeah, the men in black. The men in black tell them. Well, he messes up like initially.
Tell them the Men in Black is sent. Or...
See,
Like,
This is just.
Tell him
this
I'm
is-
sending. Tell him I'm sending the men in black. Like what?
Yeah.
It was funny and it was perfect catch.
It was funny, but this is exactly what I was talking about. Remember when Eddie Furlong is John Connor's trying to teach Terminator all the cool things to say and hostilities.
Yeah.
Same thing. They were tapping into that. My brain. They were tapping into that same area. So like,
Because
that's why for
one
me-
person couldn't pull it off though. That's all.
But that's
hey,
why,
I'm just saying that's why it made the performance forgivable for
but
me.
What I'm saying is
I
that
had a lot of fun
if
with it.
this was 20 years ago, this movie
Mhm.
would have been
Cliche.
box office hit. Like this would have been the most amazing line. This movie actually did very well. It made 69 million, I think, US. This box for this first opening weekend, which is actually nice. Which is actually really
69 million.
Yeah, 69, which is actually really good for an October release. October releases normally don't do that well. But for a DC movie as well, it did pretty well. I think they said this is the highest grossing October movie release of all time. I think
This is the biggest movie of Rock's, like the biggest Rock opening,
yeah.
I think.
I think it's the biggest
Yeah.
opening, yeah, for sure. So yeah, this movie actually did very well overall. Yeah, it's just like one thing I hate is that, I mean, spoilers for anybody listening, of course, at this point, you've already said enough.
God.
But Dr. Fate dying, that kind of sucked. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie. Pierce Brosnan played. I'm not gonna lie. The Dr. Fate, I always seen like it's not a hard character to play because I could just never envision it being on the big screen.
Yeah.
I felt compelled. Like I felt like this feels like an actual Dr. Fate. Like I could see him in the long term. So the fact that they killed him off was kind of hurtful. It kind of sucked. And I was hoping at the end he would just like he would come and like he was actually an illusion off on the side, and he was just really hurt. And then Hawkman's gonna be like, "Oh my god, you're actually fine," which turned out not to be the case. But
remember, death is the path to life.
Death is the path to life, and life is the path to death.
Shut up.
Yeah. Yeah. Overall, like I said, the Justice Society was not bad. I'm actually looking at the Justice Society now.
I mean,
like certain characters they can't use anymore. Like Black Canary, they can't use anymore. I think.
Why can't they use Black Canary?
Oh, actually, it could, but they had her.
They could use just about. They could use a lot of
her. Yeah.
Actually, I was thinking that whatchamacallit, Birds of Prey was
Cyclone
or something. Birds of Prey is canon, but the Justice Society characters are generational. So there is a older Black Canary. So the thing about Justice Society is Dr. Fate was a young man once, and he fought with Carter Hall, who looked different, who was reincarnated as a different version of himself.
Right.
And he fought with like Our Man and all these like golden age superheroes. And they have some cool, like the original Atom Smasher. Right. So they have some cool, like they could do an old, like.
What do you guys think of the original Atom Smasher?
Hey,
that's hilarious.
Fonzie?
Yeah.
Hey, Henry Winkler.
That's whatever.
I thought it was funny. Yeah.
Suit is vintage. Like, bring it back. I'm like, yeah, that's hilarious.
I would love to see a Justice Society movie because it would take place in World War I or II, where all these like heroes are in their prime, and you would have like the original, like a version of Dr. Fate or like some of these legacy characters, and I could see them running across Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot Wonder Woman, or because she's a member of the Justice Society. Her mother is actually, but so like there's potential. There's a lot of potential, and that school, the X-Men school that Ed referenced. Yeah, there's a younger generation of Justice Society members in there. It's very X-Men-esque for DC. So it's a good place for them to draw from. So I could see them going some cool places.
Yeah, I'm like looking at I forgot about Mr. Terrific. He was part of the Justice Society.
Terrific.
And I remember I used to have comics and Mr. Terrific. I'm like, hell yeah, like a black dude, like it's so awesome. Even though I don't see.
I would love to see Mr. Terrific. The look of him would be so cool.
It is cool. It's a cool look. Yeah.
Do you think it'll translate well though into movie?
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think so.
Absolutely think it would.
I think
a JSA movie would be really, really.
JSA movie would be interesting as well.
Easy win. Like, because basically the concept of the movie is you have old heroes teaching young heroes.
Yeah,
it's X-Men as a comic book movie. It's very easy for them to do it.
And they could pull something.
And
they kind of did that with we've already seen that they could do somewhat in like older time movies for older periods in history. So like with Wonder Woman, they did World War II. So like I feel like they could definitely get to a point where Darkseid was saying, like if you have the Justice Society in World War II or World War I or whatever, you could easily do it and get that done. So I think that it'll be cool. It'll definitely be cool. Like I said, it was just, I remember I'm starting to look at the Justice Society and all the members. I'm like, holy shit.
Shit.
Like I said,
Captain Marvel was part of the Justice Society?
Yeah, the Shazam version.
Holy crap, yeah.
Justice Society is very, very old school, has a lot of members. Now, I assume they're building up towards a confrontation between Superman and Black Adam, like the teaser suggested. In that scenario, Superman will get his ass kicked.
Yes.
Yeah. So that will be an interesting movie because they've never introduced.
A
They've always
magic
had the
character.
the kryptonite weakness.
Yeah.
So that this is the first time he will face a magic weakness character, and this is a very this is a dude that can kill him. So I am looking forward to that. Now the question is, I have no interest, zero interest. I don't even think we mentioned it in the Shazam movie coming out. I guess in a month.
I disagree.
I am now. I have zero interest, but I am very sure I might walk into a theater just to look at the stinger because I'm pretty sure Black Adam's going to be in the stinger for that movie.
Hope so.
Yeah, he was referenced in the first stinger.
Yeah. It makes sense, but
So obviously it makes sense. That's his villain.
Yeah,
and I know.
I'm just saying one movie has
sense, but WB's track record, I'm hoping they would do that.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Why wouldn't they do that?
Because they're idiots.
It's WB.
Well, but Black Adam's already.
It's possible.
But The Rock has.
They even showed the same wizard.
Yeah, Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah,
Dwayne has already said that he will face off in Shazam. So he's the thing is Dwayne has Dwayne. I'm saying Dwayne. So he definitely has pull. He's a big name actor. He likes comic books himself. I think he has enough star power to be able to kind of dictate what he is going to be featured in to an extent. Like I said, Black Adam is definitely something he championed. Yeah, his
passion for it was very big.
What they need to do is what's the one where they're in the future and
Legion
they're all
of
old?
Superheroes. Kingdom Come.
Kingdom Come. They need to grab Mr. Mind, put him inside of Black Adam, and then everything comes full circle.
Well, he's inside Shazam in that movie.
So he's such like a villain.
It's Shazam. What a moron.
It's Shazam because he's what a great scene though when he's
that was so cool.
When he
put him
kills himself. Yeah. When he what a great comic.
And they actually introduced Mr. Mind too in the last.
They
movie.
did. Yeah, and it didn't go anywhere.
How could you not like that? Come on, it was cool as shit.
I liked Mr. Mind because he's such a weird zany character.
It's such a strange character.
It's a strange character.
Yeah.
There's parts of Shazam I like. Excuse me, where they go into the weirdness of Shazam and the kid kind of old school comic book nature of Shazam, where you have that Tawny the tiger, all that stuff. Like I wish they went in that direction, but I look at the Shazam movie and it looks like just another go with this. I hate the actor who plays Shazam.
Power Rangers.
I hate him.
It just seems
it looks like Power Rangers, and that actor is just not. Zachary Levi, I think is his name. I hate him in that role.
No, I got you. You need.
You know who I would like? I was thinking about it. Now I know, but at that time we didn't know. John Cena. John Cena should have just been Shazam.
John Cena would have been a good Shazam.
How much better would John Cena's deliveries be?
That would have been great.
Think of John Cena delivering the same lines as this idiot.
He needs to act like a child, which is great.
Yeah, and I just John Cena's behavior, in Peacemaker, he's basically a man-child, but in him as Shazam, like a do-gooder, kid. Oh man. What a missed opportunity!
Basically is.
But we didn't know the potential of Cena at that time.
Yeah, Cena has kind of. I mean, Cena's always
surprised everybody. Yeah,
he's actually a really good actor. Zachary Levi as Shazam. I've never liked him as Shazam. He doesn't seem
too goofy. He's too goofy. Goddamn goofy.
He doesn't fit. For me, he doesn't fit the role. He doesn't fit the feel
and the bodysuit. The bodysuit is so fake.
The bodysuit is super fake.
And I know he's buff. I know he worked out. I don't want to give the man I don't want to say he didn't do his part because I've seen pictures of him working out for the role. I think he took it seriously, but that suit and him in it looks like he's wearing a padded suit.
He's no Rock.
You know what he reminds me of?
He's no Rock. Rock is
he was
he's
made
poured.
For that role.
He's poured into that. Or that suit is poured onto him.
Well, he reminds me of
pure Mexican supplements.
He reminds me of Zachary Levi reminds me of what's his name from he's Emily Blunt's
Drake and Josh.
Emily Blunt's husband.
Oh,
I
John
don't know.
Krasinski.
John
Yeah.
Krasinski.
John Krasinski, yeah.
He looks like, to me, he looks like John Krasinski, and
He
John
does.
Krasinski
He does.
to me is a good actor. So, but
He's
I'm
a
like,
good
I
actor,
could
yeah.
not see him being Shazam.
But it's
I
like John Krasinski wearing a giant puffed up
suit. Yeah,
suit, and I would be like, stupid.
what is this stupid shit? Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
it doesn't fit. Like Shazam could have been, John Cena, but you probably, I mean, you're gonna have to give him black hair.
I think he would have been, yeah,
Would
like
have been fine with that.
he would have been
Yeah.
great. But
He- it's a weird combination. But the thing is that Shazam overall, and I think we had this conversation before, you guys shitted on me because I talked about the fact that I disliked the Shazam actor. I didn't like the movie. I didn't think it was good, but you guys were like, it's a kid movie. Like, don't think of it as in the traditional lens of a hero movie. Like,
I didn't say this.
I didn't like. I think that was Green Tuner.
Green
Green
Tuner.
That was
Tuner
me.
was-
Yeah.
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 Like,
I hated that first movie because I hate this actor
I liked
playing
him.
Shazam.
yeah, he liked
I think it was
like,
okay.
I like the movie.
Yeah, I thought it was okay, and I think
I think if you
could
put
do
a different guy in that role, I probably would have liked it.
better. Yeah,
But
Mm.
man, this is how much I dislike an actor. in
I was
a
gonna
role.
say it's just the actor, huh?
It's just the actor set. It just
Just the
doesn't do
actor.
it.
He-
I'm watching the
we hate the
trailer,
kids, he
and I
hates the
wanted
actor.
to like, yeah, I like I could forgive a child, but an adult, unforgivable.
unforgivable.
Mm.
Take that man out in the back of the barn and put him out of his misery because he should not
Wow.
be playing Shazam.
Yeah, he's in a category
Wow.
with like Zach Braff and John Krasinski.
Wow.
These like geek people, like geek leads that are like in their role, they're really great. But if you like, I mean, do you step outside your role? It's very obviously, it just doesn't fit. And that's for me, that's the one thing not working.
It's kind of like John Krasinski, where everybody wanted him to be.
He fits
Mr.
that.
Fantastic.
He still fits
I
that.
didn't want him to be Mr. Fantastic.
But what I'm saying,
yeah, but
though,
he
people,
still fits that.
he
Yeah.
fits that. But what I'm saying is like, no one ever said like, "Hey, we want John Krasinski to be Shazam." Like,
Yeah.
nobody ever
Yeah.
said that. So it's just like,
Yeah, it didn't make sense.
it doesn't make sense. So
Yes.
it like,
yeah.
it's kind of one of those things like, why are we doing this just because?
This is one of those DC decisions where it's just
It's
like
one of those WB
what?
decisions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is a WB decision that I just, and again, the first movie is successful. People like it. We'll see how the second one does. So I think we're in the minority here.
Sure.
So I'm in the minority for sure. And again, no disrespect to that guy. I think that the TV show he was in, Chuck, was really good. But again, he was playing a geek who worked at Geek Squad, literally. Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
No, I think Zachary Levi overall is not bad. It's just this doesn't seem the role for him.
the role, yeah.
So I'm cool with saying that. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think like some people think that Henry Cavill is not the Superman. That's cool. If that's how you think, that's how you think. But
Pathetic.
I mean, sure. I mean, but there are people who have genuine concerns about him being Superman. They want other people because I mean, think about it. Every Superman before it now, Superman's always been thin, like not thin, but not buff. Like Henry
Not
Cavill,
as
like-
buff
yeah,
as.
Henry
Henry
Cavill's a
Cavill
tank.
is the most bulky. Yeah.
he's a tank.
Hmm.
He's bulky as hell. Like everybody's like, no, you need to
I
get
kind
slimmer.
of like, yeah, I kind of like, I'm kind of, that's one of the things that one of the Man of Steel criticisms I had was he's too bulky. I have the same opinion. I remember of Batman, Ben Affleck, Batman BVS.
Yes.
He's too bulky.
Bulky.
But that's
I
different, though.
absolutely
That's
agree. Well, I mean, both. I think that Zack Snyder Zack Snyder is heavily influenced by Frank Miller's art, and Frank
Mhm.
Miller's art has them both very bulky. I just don't think Batman he needs to be more athletic and slim and I
But
think
that
Superman
Batman is bulky, though.
yeah, his Batman is bulky
yeah, that's what he's
because it's
saying.
based off a bulky Batman.
Yeah, he
but I'm
wants
not-
a more.
I don't
Loser.
like that
want-
version.
You want
He wants like a ninja. That's what he wants. Not.
You want Nolan
hulking.
Batman.
I want no, God, no, I don't. Yeah, like I
That's-
don't. I think Nolan. Yeah, but Nolan Batman was brittle. It's like made out of glass. I wanted just a comic book Batman. This is all I was looking for.
Mhm.
And Superman, going back to Superman, the man is Kryptonian. That's what gives him his strength. It's not his muscle mass.
Muscle mass,
And
yeah.
he's not like built. He's not like hitting the gym all the time, yoking up. So it doesn't make any sense for him to be huge.
He looks like a regular guy, but he has.
He would be like a huge. Yeah, he would just be
a regular guy that doesn't work out.
A fit dude.
Yeah,
yes.
He doesn't work out like like Superman
he doesn't need to.
Yeah, he doesn't need to work out. He's just a regular ass guy that can lift a fucking planet. That's it. Like that's it.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't make any sense from that perspective.
Yeah, just a guy,
But Henry, no complaints on Henry Cavill.
Yeah. All right.
I'll take it.
So with now Black Adam out, we've all seen it, which is surprising that we all saw it on the opening weekend. There's two people that I'm very surprised that saw it.
Who was that?
I think you know who you are.
No, I'm trying to find myself.
We won't mention who those two people are.
I wonder.
I won't mention them.
It is.
I won't mention them.
Definitely isn't me, because I know there's been many times that I've actually watched a movie before actually getting on the podcast.
Right. Or 20 minutes of a movie.
Or 20 minutes. Or you watch the movie weeks in advance only because you forgot what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Or you watch one episode and then be like, hey, I don't want to watch the rest of the 9 episodes because I just know this is a horrible series. Even though you're supposed to review the entire series.
Like I said, every movie I've seen.
Don't know
Did you
about
watch
that.
Werewolf by Night? I thought you only did 20 minutes.
That's not
20
a movie.
minutes of it.
That is a movie.
It is a movie.
That's a movie.
It's literally a movie.
Was it classified as a movie?
Yes. I mean, yes.
So if I go on Disney Plus, does it say movie?
Yeah.
It's under their films, I'm pretty sure. It's not under their TV shows.
So is there? I don't know.
It's under movies.
So what is the difference here? You're basically you still don't watch the stuff for the podcast.
I do. There's been times where I've watched.
Yeah, but you're trying to say that technically I watch all the movies, which I think is bullshit. If we went back through our 63 episodes, I'm sure 50% of them you didn't watch them or watch part of it. Or TV show you only watched like 20 minutes of one episode out of 6.
I would say
this is a common theme.
Everything I had seen.
Okay. All right. Okay. We are overdue for our Rings of Power review. Have you watched all of Rings of Power?
Not
you have
all.
Plenty of time. See, there you go. We are overdue to talk about that.
He did say he watches all the movies.
He did say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's always a little caveat, which I think is bullshit.
Right.
The hands are up.
I could literally go back through the episodes and see where that would be.
I'm taking a look right now while we're all talking.
Yeah.
I'm looking on Disney Plus right now, and I'm scrolling through the movies. I literally just clicked movies, and I'm sorting through the movies. Actually, let me see if I can. Okay. I'm sorting through the movies in alphabetical order, and I'm going all the way to the bottom. Werewolf by Night is, in fact, under the movie section.
Boom.
Just one.
What else is under there?
Huh?
What else is under there?
Other movies.
Other movies.
Like
Thor.
Endgame.
Let me see. What Tron Legacy, Tron, Toy Story.
Movies.
Those could be TV shows. They're
Tim Burton's The Night Before Christmas, Thumbelina. I used to like that movie. Let me see what others. There's documentaries under here, but I'm assuming there's just like one episode, like hour long.
They're documentary films.
Yeah, all the Star Wars movies.
Those are TV shows technically.
Yeah.
Is Obi-Wan on there?
Obi-Wan? Let me see.
The TV show.
The don't do that. Obi-Wan does not look like his
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian. I told you I literally clicked on
go through the whole list. Is She-Hulk on there?
Yeah, I literally clicked on. Oh, it is right.
What? She-Hulk is on there?
Mandalorian is on. Obi-Wan's on here. Psych. Obi-Wan. There's a feature film on the back. There's a film on the back end or like the behind the scenes of Obi-Wan.
Oh, yeah. There's a behind the scenes feature.
Yeah, feature.
So, in the movie section, huh?
In the movie section.
Yeah, because it is a documentary movie.
Yeah, it's an hour long. What else did you ask for? Mandalorian? Mandalorian is not here in the movie section at all. So to go
What
to
say you, Ed?
So
What?
to
What say you?
So I say every movie that has come out on theaters, I have seen.
There you go. There you go. Now take that
I like
apart.
how he.
Now
See the
take that.
goalpost?
That's
The
bullshit.
goalpost is
That's
moving.
bullshit too.
It's
That's
like-
bullshit too.
It's like, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna move this goalpost a little bit
Yeah.
over. Oh,
Yeah,
Sorry.
He will move that goalpost. He will
Am I
move
wrong,
that
though?
goalpost.
Am I wrong?
you're wrong.
Yes, you are wrong.
You're
I've seen
probably
every
wrong.
movie
I
that's
have
been
to
in,
like.
in theaters
So
browse
you're saying
through
you've
and
seen
see.
every movie in the theater
that we have talked about.
that we've talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right.
Let's give him the. Let's
Huh.
give him
Let
the
me
benefit
just
of
do
the
a
doubt.
light scroll.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure. Mhm.
Yeah, I looked through.
Mhm.
Yeah, I looked through all our
Agree.
movies, and yeah, there's no TV shows that I can see that we've watched that are underneath here. And this, like I said,
Hmm.
I went on Disney Plus, clicked on movies. It says movies, and then you can do a drop down. And it starts from featured, all movies, action, adventure, all the way down.
God damn our stupid decision to make our episode titles puns. I don't know what's what.
What?
Fucking, I can't tell what the movie review is. All of our episode titles are just like stupid puns. I can't
the
scroll
puns-
through that. I'm looking through that. They're all jokes and puns. I'm like, screw
Well,
these
the
guys.
puns are based on the movies.
I know, but you can't tell half of them. They're bad.
Okay,
They're
let's
bad
look,
puns.
here. Let's look through really
Trade
quick.
secret.
All right, so which? Well, don't tell the trade secrets that those
Yeah.
are puns. People are like, oh, those are some, that's a really catchy title.
Someone's gonna be shocked that they think that those are that we think that they're puns.
Yeah, like, you know, and people probably think we put a lot of thought into these titles.
Yeah,
right before the podcast, every
like a hot
episode.
10 seconds.
Hot 10
There's
seconds.
YouTube
Did you watch
conspiracy
Dune?
theories of us.
Yeah,
In
Dune.
theaters?
Did you watch Dune?
Yes,
in
I did.
theaters?
Yes, I did.
Well,
He didn't watch.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
I
watch
remember
it.
he didn't
I
like
did.
it. Remember,
In
he didn't
IMAX.
like
Oh, he
Dune.
did. He actually
I
He
did.
didn't like Dune. Remember?
Yeah, he didn't.
No, I like
Mhm.
Dune.
No, but
you liked it.
re-listen to your own episode.
I like Dune.
You
I
liked
think it was
it.
too long.
But yeah, you liked it, but like a 6, like a 6 out of 10, like not 6 out of 10, like a 4 out of 10 or something like that.
Oh no, it wasn't a 4. No, it wasn't a 4.
Okay, so looking through our episodes, we talk about Halo, Multiverse of Madness.
Oh my god, yeah, this is giving me a headache.
El
These puns are
Muerto.
terrible.
What Sonic 2 in the box? Sonic 2, we
Fucking
know. I was gonna say
She-Man
Sonic 2.
Revelations.
Yeah, She-Man Revelations. Okay,
Revelations.
maybe we should.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of these puns are really.
Some of these are cringe as hell. What the hell?
Yeah. Well,
Who thought of this?
Well, we know who thought of it. There's
Yeah.
only one person on this
Dark
podcast
side.
who.
Yeah, but
like,
but it was
MCU.
greenlit by us. We are
MCU.
culpable. MCU.
Oh my god! Why do we say She-Man Revelation? Oh my god,
Yeah, that's cringe.
that's very cringe. I think about
Yeah.
it. Eternals.
God,
Did you
they're
see
so bad.
Eternals
Yes, I did.
in theaters?
Yes,
I don't believe you.
I did.
Did you see Batman: The Long Halloween in theaters?
It wasn't in theaters.
Trick question.
Shang-Chi. Did you see Shang-Chi?
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Nah, I don't know about
Yes,
that.
I did.
I don't know about
I
that.
saw it.
Oh,
I saw
The
end
Matrix.
fight. Of
The
course I
Matrix
did.
Revelations.
Of course I did.
Yeah, I think you were the only one who did.
Yeah, he was the
He
only
was the
person.
only one who did.
Yeah, he literally was up
Yeah.
in theater by himself. And for some reason he didn't walk out of that one, which was amazing in of itself. Okay, so
Episode 11, HBO Black Superman and Spawn relevancy.
oh, man. But you know what? Hey, this is we're
what?
learning as we're going along. You know, Rome wasn't
It's
built.
not even a
in-
pun.
It's not. But no, we were talking about is it relevant? Is Spawn even relevant?
Yeah, that's
why,
true.
Why would they want to recreate Spawn if it's not
Yeah.
good in today's day and age? But anyhow,
True.
all right.
Like I
let's-
said, every movie in theaters I've seen.
I
we talking
don't.
about?
I don't buy it.
I still don't
You
believe it.
you have zero
I
credibility.
don't think so
You are
either.
a
I'm
lousy
sure there
member of the
was one.
podcast.
Did it. Did
Hey,
it.
You're the one person. Like, if I was going to say,
Did it.
if I had to be a guest-
Replaceable.
No,
is
no.
what you are, sir.
No.
if there was a,
Did
if I
it.
had to do I was a betting man, and someone said, "Hey, I'll give you $1 million." Which person on the podcast did not see a movie or did not watch anything for the podcast that you were supposed to review? And without a shadow of a doubt, I would choose you every single time. 'Cause
I
you're not
watched
consistent.
every movie that was in theaters that we talked about.
Okay, now you're saying movies, but okay. I mean,
Yeah,
in theaters, in theaters.
that's what I said. I never
theaters.
said anything else for movies. in
Okay.
theaters,
So we talk about 50% of what we review as movies. The other 50% is TV shows. So
Did we
from
get
that,
a reaction to
from
that?
that, from that thinking, you're 50% engaged in the content we're watching.
No, I would say 90.
All right, hold on.
90 would be all the TV shows too.
And most of them I've seen. Most.
No, you have
In
not.
full. I said most.
Nah.
Ed, shut up.
Venom, Matrix
So-
4, Sonic.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Ed, shut
What
up.
else is there?
So
Alright,
quickly from
Trying to think
the
of all
chat,
those.
really good point that we almost brushed over.
Yes.
What's your reaction to Sonic Prime trailer?
I am interested. I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm interested. I think this is the better Sonic than the previous Sonic.
Sonic Boom?
Oh, definitely. This is
No
definitely
way.
better than Sonic Boom. Yes.
No way.
The moment I saw Sonic Boom for the first time, I was like, nah, this ain't gonna last. And boom.
Now I have not seen any of Sonic
Boom,
Boom,
no
but I
pun.
will say it is a better show.
It is. It is. I think to this day, but before Sonic Prime comes out,
Is that-
the best Sonic cartoons have been the
Sonic
original. No, the two old school cartoons. The
With Urkel?
goofy one, yeah, the goofy one, Urkel, and the other one I was more like serious with a like more evil, sinister Dr. Eggman. That was pretty cool. After that, the other Sonic cartoon was okay, but everything's been kind of downhill. So,
Okay.
Okay.
as a Sonic fan,
All right. That's fine.
I
mean-
know. I don't know.
I'm kind of surprised that Sonic Prime is a thing, but I guess off of the
coattails
movies,
in a way
the
of
movies.
The
Yeah.
huge success.
huge success
Yeah.
of the two movies, I'm not surprised that they are. I'm surprised that they are doing a cartoon. I'm surprised that they are making this. I guess I'm surprised. I'm not surprised because of the success, because they're gonna want to get that money. I'm just surprised they're making a cartoon and Netflix is the one that picked it up. But
I am surprised about that.
Netflix just picks shit up whenever.
Netflix picks up any
You're
shit.
trying to down it. You're trying to down it.
We're trying
Oh,
to
so now
And
you're
be ready
supporting
for it to
everything
get
Netflix does?
canceled.
No,
Right away.
no.
Oh,
I'm-
okay.
No. I'm saying from what I've seen, I don't know how it's going to be yet. But from what I've seen, it looks like it's going to be good. It
Now,
sounds
what
like it's going to be
what
good.
does your instinct say based on all the Sonic content that comes on, the ratio of good to bad? What is the odds that it's good? Be honest.
It could be a wild card. There's been
No,
Sonic games that have been. No.
What's your opinion?
It could be a wild card. 'Cause there's been some Sonic games that have been terrible. No, seriously.
Yeah,
There's been
yeah.
some
What's
Sonic
the
things that have been
percentage on that
Prediction.
wild card?
Prediction.
What's the percentage on the wild card? They
I
don't
think
say
it'd be
wild
better
card when you
than
make
Sonic
bets.
Boom. I think it'd be good. Something better than Sonic Boom.
Okay, that's
It
what you
actually
need to
looks
say.
like the Sonic characters too. They're not
What,
basing it off of the Sonic movie.
Ed,
Yeah.
what's your hype level on Sonic Frontiers right now? Where are you at?
I'll say a 7. I
7?
hope it's higher.
Day one?
So I
Day
did
one?
find. I did see something new about Sonic Frontiers that wasn't previously mentioned. Is that
Oh.
Sonic Frontiers is actually
Mm-hmm.
kind of like more like Sonic actually can level up in the game.
Mhm.
So I don't know why they didn't talk about this earlier, but
They did.
well, maybe everywhere I reviewed it, or everywhere that I saw it, nobody actually talked about this.
I've seen multiple things. Even IGN posted things about that.
About
There's a skill tree.
no, not the skill tree.
Is there?
It's-
Yeah.
I'll be right there with Creamcast. I don't
I don't remember.
I
particularly
didn't know any of
follow.
these things.
Yeah,
So that's
Because it
because you
looks
guys
so
aren't
bad,
fans.
Yeah, no,
Um,
this
yeah,
looks
we're not.
horrible.
yeah,
No.
sure. But they were saying like the speed of Sonic actually increases as he levels. So he goes
Yep.
from level 1 to level like 99,
99.
99, 100, and they can
That's
only
actually
get
a
to
cool
level,
idea.
They can only get to level like 15 by the end of the demo, which I think.
Now,
they
does
only
he become supersonic?
They don't know.
Yeah.
They don't
They-
know.
he
What
does
about the
become
werewolf?
supersonic.
No,
Oh, I
I think
hope
Ed
not.
Underground knows.
I
He
hope
doesn't
not.
become a werewolf.
No, I don't. Like I said, there's been good Sonic games. There's been bad Sonic games.
Yeah, what about the werewolf? When he
I don't
turns
like
into
the werewolf
turns into a pony and we start to sexualize him.
Mm.
See, these are
Yeah, speaking
fans.
of sexualization,
These are
why
fans.
is
or in this
Rogue,
case,
the
wannabe fans.
Rogue the Bad not bust here? That's my only complaint.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is
well,
my
Am I right? A well-written letter
She's
to
got
Netflix.
bust, but why isn't she
She needs
bust here?
more.
Are you
bust.
talking about
Yeah.
Sonic Prime?
whichever.
We're just talking about his dreams right now. Here,
Yeah,
all right?
right.
Yeah, exactly. I'm talking
Well,
about
you
what
have
I'm
to
drawing right now.
contact
Say about the spank bank.
Damn it, the
Right?
fans have spoken.
You have to contact Sega or
Yeah,
Netflix
exactly.
about that one. I
Why?
don't know.
Bigger
No,
boobs
you do
on
tell me.
Rogue, please.
Make her
Why
boobs
did
go
Netflix
fast.
decide
Yeah.
to reduce
Dear
the
Sonic.
amount of bust
It's not-
on Rogue?
Dear Sonic, make Rogue Bustia.
Well, times are different. They make things different. So sure.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully you get everything that you want in Sonic Prime.
Yeah, all
and
your
Sonic-
furry dreams will come true.
and
And
Sonic
Oh, I
Frontier.
don't
I'm
have
happy
any
Fred.
furry dreams.
I'm happy,
Hopefully
Fred.
she'll
Yeah,
be
I'm really
bust
happy
here.
for you.
Mhm.
I don't have any
Yeah.
furry dreams.
Mhm.
Come on, Ed.
sure.
You and I. Come on.
Hey.
You know we're gonna bond over this
In what way?
in a
I
way
mean, same
that
thing as
two
Hiro
people that
Yui.
appreciate good art can.
Yeah. Same way Hiro Yui and the rest of the Gundam people, they all have their bonding, male bonding.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so it's all
Yep.
good, man.
Mhm. It's
All
gonna be
good.
one of those anime
guys don't know
intros
what this
where
is,
like
do you?
we're
No.
both like
Yeah.
laying on each other's backs.
It's from the
you know
intro
what I
of the
mean?
TV
We're
show.
back to back.
Shut up.
Of Gundam Wing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Ed, why do
It
you,
goes
you,
like
make, you make
this.
these puns?
Yeah,
You
we
like-
know.
like,
We
you
know.
make these things like you show a bag of chips. You like
Yeah.
you point to a
That's
bag of chips like we
'cause,
supposed to know that.
that's
And then you're
'cause
doing
unlike
like
some
hand
people,
gestures and be like,
That's because, unlike some people, I'm a true fan.
I'm
so-
just saying,
Big
you're
chips?
being very zesty, very zesty. You were zesty.
He
with the
clearly
hand
had
gestures.
a bag, this exact bag, in the
Good
movie.
for
So that's is
you.
that what
Who
you came away
cares?
with the movie? Was like, hey man, I'm watching a Black Adam
Product
movie.
placement.
Yeah, and you were just really
Yeah,
caring
I
about the
actually
product placement.
didn't notice the product placement in Black Adam, which is shocking, but I guess it was there.
Actually, I did notice one thing. I think it was
Yeah.
the
What else?
cars. The cars were all like, I think either Mercedes. I think there was a certain brand of
really?
car that they kept showing.
Mm.
And I was like, oh, you know, I
It would
that
have
I
been
do
great
notice.
if like mid fight he's like, oh, I'm really thirsty. And then he
Yeah.
punches through like a Pepsi machine and cracks
Yeah,
open.
yeah.
This isn't
Like, what is this?
Transformers.
Pepsi.
This isn't
Pepsi.
Transformers.
Yeah, is this Tef Pepsi? Like, no,
Yeah.
this is Coke
And then they
Zero.
all laugh, like, you know, like, like ha, ha, ha.
No, it would have been better if like in the middle of the military people are all like having to shoot out whatever. And then
Yeah,
the
they
the
stop
kid
for a
comes-
drink.
Yeah, the kid comes over, but he holds a Pepsi in his hand. And
Oh.
he gives him the Pepsi.
Yay,
It's
he
the
creates
conflict.
peace with the Pepsi,
Yeah.
like Taylor Swift or whatever.
Yeah.
Britney Spears.
No, that's
Kylie
Kendall,
Jenner.
Kylie. No,
Kylie Jenner? Was
Kendall
it
Jenner.
Kendall Jenner?
Kendall
Yeah,
Jenner.
yeah, yeah.
Kendall Jenner.
Kendall
Like,
Jenner.
They're like, man, like Teth Adam, like Black Adam's like, man,
Just that, I have this Pepsi.
Yeah, he's like, I was gonna kill you, but I guess
I don't
not.
want to kill anymore.
Yeah,
Or whatever.
like that would
Yeah.
be great. Okay, really quick before we head out,
I
what's the
always need
score?
to head out.
Yeah, what's the
Blurries.
score? What's the blurries? for
Blurries.
this?
7.5, 8,
Mhm.
7.5, 8.
7.5, 8.
And fucking
All right.
Yeah, I'm debating.
All right, we'll come back to you. You
Yeah.
finally pick your final number.
Hmm.
At Underground, what did you pick?
I would give this an 8.
8.
I had
I'll
thought
give it
this
an
was
8.
better
all right.
than.
Not gonna win.
I thought
Yeah,
this was
8.
better than She-Hulk, better than Thor, better than Multiverse of Madness. I have found this movie.
Better than She-Hulk.
Yes. 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 Yes.
That's kind of a hard
Dim
sell.
and Dash.
But
Dim and Dash.
I see that you don't. I know you don't like those type of shows, so I can see where you're
Oh,
coming from.
one thing I noticed too that I posted in the chat, the comparison.
Dark Side.
between-
What's your score for Black Adam?
my score is, and I don't know how you're gonna do this, is a symbol. The triangle symbol.
Okay, so triangle.
Figure
has-
that out.
A
Figure
4,
compute.
Wait.
compute that,
Four-sided.
a
bitch.
3.
3-sided.
Wait,
so
wait.
Three
3.
sides.
I was literally about to say.
Triangulate,
I was about to
90
ask.
degree angle.
Ed, how many sides does
Do
a
it.
triangle have?
I mean, how
don't
many
disappoint.
points does it have? Has 3 points. Has 3 points and 3 sides.
That's right.
The left,
Yeah.
the right, and the bottom.
Very good. You were the
You
Moriarty
said
of my
four.
own.
You said
Power
4 at
bottom.
first. And I was just like, Jesus, Ed. You
No, I
four.
said 4 as in what he would give it.
No, you did say 4 at the
Ah.
beginning.
You said 4 at the beginning. You
Oh, I
said-
meant 4
you
as
said-
in what he would give it.
Yeah, you don't rock with the Rockaware.
Yeah.
No, I don't actually. No, I don't.
No.
No,
But anyhow,
not about that. About something else for
all right,
life.
So Dark Side, what would you give it?
I don't know, fucking 7, 8, whatever.
Yeah, I'm the same thing. I would give it.
Oh shit! So we're all around the same.
If
I
was
told
six-
you all
no,
these
no, no, no,
movies
no,
are 7 and 8.
no, no, no.
That's
I
all
would
we've
gi-
been
I
in.
would give it a 6.
We suck.
I would give it a
6?
6. But the
6,
fact,
you're saying it's not good. Here's the
No,
problem.
5
Here's
is
the
No,
average.
problem.
No,
6 is
no.
above average.
But here's
5
the
is
thing.
average.
We have been giving 7s and 8s to Marvel movies. We have
Yeah.
been. I know this because I'm pissed off about it. And now I'm looking at this going, it's better than those movies. But
Yeah.
so we need to be more aggressive on Marvel movies.
Well, okay, can I finish my point though?
Fine.
Oh,
Like,
Oh.
I'm speaking.
oh,
So I was gonna give it a
Listen.
6.
boy. What was it? To the
Boy.
dark side.
Listen here, boy.
You gotta let me finish.
Boy,
Yeah, listen here, Ed. You don't have a gravelly voice. You be like,
boy.
and
That's
you sound
better.
like no, you sound like a kid.
I don't have to stand for this
Soul is
abuse.
mine.
I would give it a 6, but I would give it a 7 only because Henry Cavill showed up at the end. Like that.
So you're pulling Ed Underground.
What?
That's
But
what I
being
do.
an idiot.
No, that's the dark side.
I would give it a 6. No, it would be a 6 movie overall, but the zinger at the end was just phenomenal. The fact that Henry Cavill and the thing is like, we can't like, if I'm like the Ed Underground, I'm gonna be on the internet talking about I'm just surfing the internet. Things are getting spoiled to me because I don't think that IGN is gonna ever post a score. I actually,
Yeah, the place that constantly
days
spoils things.
before the movie was
but
released.
the thing is, every place does it. Like that's nothing.
No one else has done that yet except for IGN.
Bullshit. Everybody's done it.
Days before.
Everyone
Yes,
does it.
everybody does it.
Everyone does it.
Everybody. There's literally like an embargo like period for like games and so forth. Like movie
I know
reviews
that.
can't come out before a certain time on a movie. That's why they like reviewers.
But
only get to see
every
the movie.
other reviewer that I have followed or whatever, they don't post the score in their feed.
Okay, but the
It's
point
like,
is,
hey,
what I'm
we
saying
But
gotta
is-
IGN always does.
yes. So
IGN
it doesn't
is
matter
the
what
Why
everyone
do
everyone
you
that does.
follow IGN?
exactly.
They always
Where else
do.
would I get my gaming news from? That everyone else like
Many
has,
other outlets.
Go to the
There are-
website.
I have other outlets too, but IGN is the only one that posts the number score on their feed.
I know, but if you go to
That-
IGN's
If
website,
you know, then you know what I'm
You
saying.
know the funny thing is,
yeah.
it's
But
like-
if you
it's
go
like
to
a person-
IGN's
Then
website,
It's like a
what
person
are we
who
talking
likes-
about
She
here?
just said it right now that
it's
they
like a
put that
person who
number.
likes to eat dog shit, right? And they're walking down the street. And they're like, "Oh my god, there's some dog shit on their ground. I'm gonna eat it." Damn, those people letting their dog shit on the ground and not cleaning up their own dog shit.
That makes
'Cause
no sense.
I'm compelled to do something. While I'm trying to be over.
That makes no sense.
Over exaggerating.
They
You're
gave the
compelled-
score
you're
what
compelled.
like 5
You
days
know what
before
they
the
do.
movie.
You know what they do. You choose to ingest.
I did not choose.
Yes, if you follow
I
them,
was on my
you-
main
did you-
feed,
did you
not
hit
their
follow?
feed.
Jesus
did you
Christ.
follow?
Then
Yeah,
you
also
need to
follow-
stay off
also
social
follow-
media.
If you follow, that's
Yeah,
saying,
no, hold on. I do.
that's saying
But I
I
didn't
want to
expect-
see
No,
your
you don't.
content.
Obviously,
do you
because they get
follow
spoiled.
IGN?
I didn't expect them to give a score 5 days
Ed,
before the movie released.
What if it was 10 seconds before the movie you walked into the movie? It doesn't
If
matter.
it- so what I have,
IGN
what I
does
hold
that.
on,
IGN puts
what
the
I
score
have,
out.
what I have done in the past is the day of or even days after, stay off IGN or any other platform of that, with social
Mhm.
media wise.
Mhm.
I've done that before. I still do it. But
Mhm.
5 days before the movie was released and it's on my main feed, I'm not going on their feed. I'm not going to anyone else's thing. I'm just going on my timeline.
But I
Okay,
think that's
boom.
we talked about this. That's what the readers of the Instagram of IGN want. I don't use the Instagram
Some
of IGN. I don't care. I don't use the Instagram of IGN
this was
for that
Facebook.
reason.
Okay, but
This
the
was
thing is,
Facebook.
Fine,
okay,
Facebook.
let's get
Go
to
to
the
the
point.
website. Go to the website. They don't show the score until you click.
But let's get to the point.
No.
Let's get to the
They
point
show the
is,
score on
you
your
should
main
come
feed.
with your own
Oh
review.
God, my
Doesn't
God.
matter. It doesn't matter what IGN says. If IGN says it's a 5, you can still see the movie and think it's a 7, which that's what you
And
did.
which I did.
So
But
the thing is-
what I'm
so
saying
it
is I
doesn't
don't want to
matter.
go into any movie with any like already set expectation. Oh, okay, this has been a 5. It's gonna be my mind.
No,
Okay,
but-
all right. Hold on.
okay.
Like I said, I wasn't looking
after
for
this
it.
Wakanda,
close out.
It was on my feed.
Wakanda Forever is coming out. They
Yes.
will do this. You have been forewarned. Do not complain.
Do not go online.
Unsubscribe from IGN.
Yes.
Unsubscribe from
Mute
IGN.
them. Something.
Yes, don't use their Instagram. They will do this again.
This was Facebook.
The onus is on you. Whatever. They didn't do anything wrong. They're doing what they need to do.
The onus is on you now.
Yeah.
For this movie not to get spoiled.
Get your shit together.
It is.
At the end of the day,
I don't know.
At the end of the day, I look at it like this: we as adults, if someone gives you as an opinion on adults, some of us,
dark side.
For if someone gives you an opinion on something, yeah, you do have a lot of toys, but I have shoes and I have toys back there too. I have T'Challa right here, yeah. So and I have Pokemon right here, so all good. But the thing is, adults. At the end of the day, I know I'm really adulting, guys. I'm a big boy now.
Our parents would beat the shit out of us.
No, my mom actually sent me the T'Challa, so it is what it is.
What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. Can you imagine being an adult in like any other time period? What a boring existence.
Oh, this wouldn't be accepted.
Like not catching dysentery and shit. Like we're sitting here like
we would all be smoking because that's all you can do, like to pass the time.
Or politics, deep into politics.
Guys, we need to wrap this up because we're going on pretty.
Yeah, wrap this shit up.
At the end of the day, the only last thing I want to say, actually, shit, I just forgot it. It was something very important to this.
Probably.
Oh boy.
Fuck. It was something.
I'm your father.
No, it's not that. Oh shit, I forgot what it was now. Anyways,
was it that Ed rules like I rule?
Yeah, it's forfeit the game.
Adulting the score. IKN.
Oh, I'll say adulting the score. At the end of the day, when we watch something, if we see a review, if you cannot separate what you think of a movie versus what someone else thinks of it, then you probably should unsubscribe from all these places.
No,
but at the end of the day, if you do that, then it's not a big deal. Like at the end of the day, when we watch something, we shouldn't be influenced by what anybody else thinks.
And I'm not.
So at the end of the day, there's nothing to bitch
Though we all agree, we all agree.
So
you
at the end of the day,
unsubscribe.
That being said, I do
that's
do
been
that.
Episode 63.
I do
guys.
have my own set or whatever, but I don't go. I don't want to go in
and
with someone else's thoughts about it.
You guys have a great night. Thank you for watching us.
Where can they find us?
You can find us on all major streaming platforms. So, and if you want to watch us live, you can go to twitch.tv/The Blur Podcast, or you can watch the VOD also on YouTube as well at The Blur Podcast. All right. Other than that, we'll see you guys later. Blur you later.
You messed something too. Okay. Blur you later.
I'm just trying to get off because I don't want to have it. I don't want to go all night with this damn conversation.
Yeah.
So, all right. Later, guys.